Start the record. Start the stream. I'm using the browser this time.
Braziers. Yeah.
Better?
It's like 6 seconds, 10 seconds.
Instead of
Fucking
10.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready? We'll do Microsoft's Summer of Games and we'll end with Berserk. Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Crow Strona, always my co-host, Danny Vargas.
Hoo-ha!
Danny Jang.
So I saw her face.
Da-da-da-da-da. And she's a believer of this podcast, which has been going on for 277 episodes. We come to you from podcasting services of your choice, and we sit around tables of our choice, and we talk about nerdy stuff, comics, games, movies, everything in between. We share our topics at the table. We talk about them. We have some fun. We hope you have fun with us. We've been having fun for the past 277 episodes, 276 episodes. This is the 277th, and we will continue having fun. But yeah, you can find us on podcasting services, but that's not the only way you can find us. You could also check us out on stream, which we're doing right now, on Twitch at twitch.tv/theweeklydlc. I had to remember what the whole thing was. At the Weekly DLC. We're live right now. We usually record on Thursdays, but sometimes that changes, and Vargas is troubleshooting and testing our systems as we speak without even you knowing it. The subtleties that you would miss out on if you don't get to check out our
Just
stream.
trying to look at it different angles, you know? Making sure it's...
I'll have to adjust the cameras a little bit. Yeah, we're on streams, and if you follow us, you can check us out when we're not recording on Thursdays. Yeah, that's kind of our intro. I mean, you might notice what we have on the stream right now is a lovely little page. I'm gonna zoom in on that page at one beautiful little part right there.
5 stars.
Yeah, right there.
Almost 1 star for every review. Almost.
5 stars. 5 stars.
But only 4
Look at
reviews.
this podcast. Don't look at that number. Hold on.
You can't see it. It's just it delayed it.
Leisure.
There. Are you interested in leisure? We got you. We might have a Larry from Leisure World.
Leisure Larry.
But yeah. Podcasting services, that's us. 5 star if you're only looking for the best. I pulled this up now just for fun, for funsies, because it's always fun to have this up. And today we're going to be going into a few topics that have been recent. That Microsoft had their game showcase, Summer of Games, the rest of them, the Keighley Summers, the Keighley Threes, have been announcing numerous games, State of Play from PlayStation, Capcom, Square Enix just had theirs today, and we're going to be talking about just maybe not all the games, but just ones that stuck out to us that is either interesting, concerning, anything in between. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about the recent news following the Berserk manga and story, continuing beyond the creator's passing. So those will be the topics for the day. But before we get into topics, we like to go around the table and see how everyone's doing, what they've been up to this past week. Vargas, how have you been? How have you been this week?
Been playing D&D? No, I created a character.
Yeah.
Brimstew. A level 5 half-orc paladin. Yeah. No, but if you guys watched the last episode, you'll see us creating our characters.
Searching
Played
for Asimir.
Yeah, searching for
Ashmere. Played what was it? Monster Hunter Sunbreaker demo.
Oh.
I don't know, the game, like, maybe because I've played so much of it before, it feels easy. Because the monsters, I don't know. Because I know the timing now to dodge things. Not to say that it's like extremely easy. So there's 4 monsters you can fight.
Yeah.
It's like easy, medium, hard. Hard being one of their newer monsters.
Yeah.
A monster that like can use like electricity essentially. And then the extreme one, you have to beat either medium or hard to get that extreme version. And that extreme one, they only give you, I think it was 15 minutes to beat it. And it's like almost like an apex monster. So it's got a shit ton of health. And I mean, obviously it wrecked me, but I was being very careless and just trying to like get in there and do as much damage as I could. So I carded all 3 times on that one.
Does it show?
Show me the money. But yeah, you're able to choose any weapon you want, but it's already like all pre-selected for the weapon, like what armor you have, what weapon. But yeah, it still feels just as good as it did before, so I think I'm gonna pick it up. Because it's also they showed like the trailers, they show a glimpse of like a good variety of new monsters, and I think I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sticking with weapons you're familiar with, or changing it up?
Still sticking with weapons I'm familiar with.
Okay. Because that could be a way you make it harder. Change it
It's
up.
true. But
Gun lance? Or just walk away.
exactly.
It says here with these the demo. This is kind of detailing the demo. The beginner is the great Izuchi, and then there's the Tetranadon.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Astalos. That was from the one we briefly played.
Ultimate 4 or whatever the hell.
No, Generations.
Yeah.
Briefly of the PAX one, yeah. And then the Malzeno. But the thing I didn't notice here is I don't know if prior demos had this. Faints allowed on those first 3 is 9.
Yeah, I noticed that because I did faint
the
once.
final one for the
I think
highest
just
the
3.
last game had that.
for demos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because I remember like the first time I ever touched Monster Hunter. No, not the first time. The first time for what system was it? It was a demo on the PSP.
Freedom Unite.
And I like, bro, it was so
hard.
difficult. And
It's
they
hard.
gave you like the same amount of tries. It was like just 3 tries or whatever.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm interested. I downloaded the demo. The thing that you talked me through it. It is not easy to find it on the Nintendo Shop.
You can't just search the demo.
It shows Sunbreak on its own page when you go to find it. It's showing here, but this let's click it
To see if it takes it to you.
It doesn't. Wait. No. Okay. So it takes you to the Monster Hunter Rise page, which is what the Switch eShop does.
Is there a demo version on there?
So it has demo.
But not on the,
but it's not like how you would see in the eShop.
not on the Switch eShop.
On the Switch eShop, you go to Sunbreak
And it's just
Sunbreak.
like buy that game.
Yeah, and
No demo.
then nothing, and then you have to go to it's hidden,
Yeah.
and even then when you find it, it's download demo, and then from there you pick which demo you want,
Yeah.
the original game or not, and it's coming up on the
This month, 27, 27, 30th.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Who has that one? You do. Risk of Rain 2 still doesn't have.
That's crazy. Dude. That is nuts.
You haven't gotten rid of Replaced yet.
I set it up, so it should be this Saturday.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get rid of Risk of Rain, because you have it, bastard.
No, you can. It tells in the rules it says you can.
Yeah, and then he gets nothing.
No, it's still.
You have
It's
to-
locked his.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
locks
my
his
thing gets locked as a
as 0 points. So what does it matter?
Yeah, possibly.
What does it matter?
But you could
Possibly.
gain now.
But you've already gained.
No, it's close. I'm 50. You're 30.
You get nothing.
You're 30 with 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 games. Jeng's 30 with 2 games. Anyway, what else you been up to? You played that demo?
That's it. And just like reading manga. Nothing too special.
Cool.
Sleepy.
Sleepy?
3 to 4 hours of sleep every day. Catch up on my sleep on the weekends. But that's why there's been really no streams. Except one day I did stream Silent Hill 2, and it's hard. It's a lot harder than the first one. I was like, holy shit, this shit is hard. Yeah. Well, we're going to try to stream tomorrow, Fortnite.
The reactions are going up too, right?
Oh, yeah. I came back. Dude, it's like I do one every month, I feel like. It's like one every 3 weeks or one every month. But Squid Game 2 about to come out. Or next year. I don't know.
Oh, it got announced, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Since you're talking about like an older game, I got this text saying that they had platinum siphon filter.
Yeah, it's an easy platinum.
Oh, is it?
It's like a 3 out of 10 or something.
He said effing crazy.
He's not last
A
boss.
PlayStation trophy guide. Let's go.
Apparently.
But Silent Hill 2 is a 9 point something, and whoo, that's weird. You know, I would have picked up PS Plus the crazy edition or the most top tier edition if Silent Hill was released. I would have picked it up, but I was impressed with what was released.
Yeah,
I was like, that's a lot more than I thought, but I'm gonna wait until better games come out, and it makes me realize like, damn, I don't want to play these old games. I want the trophies. So like. Sony did a good job for trophy hunters. So I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
Not yet. I mean, it's cool. It's a good collection so far, but not what I'm looking for yet.
It's insane. And I think something that came with it was just a leak of Tactics Ogre that they're remaking.
Oh yeah.
Foley likes that game.
Yeah,
for sure. They released Resident Evil, and I almost bit. I was like, fuck. I'm gonna wait.
I pulled up a list of like all the games that are.
But yeah, if they keep on like releasing a lot, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna eventually pick it up. How much is it? It's like $20 a month.
For a year, it's like $112 or $120.
Okay. No, well, that's for the mid tier or best tier. Because the cheapest tier is $60. The standard cost of what it is now.
The premium is $17.99 a month.
Oh, that's not bad. Still playing Slay the Spire. That shit is fucking rough, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I fucking... It's hard. It's the hardest thing Ascension 20 is the hardest thing I've ever done in video games. But I'm trying to do Heart. You're
trying to do what?
The Heart run.
Oh, okay.
So it's like an additional boss at the end. And
why
it's
are
not,
you trying to do that run?
Well, because, I don't know, because like I see people on Twitter and like, yeah, I just did Heart run. I'm like, fuck, I want to be one of the best. And I am one of the best. But I was like, no, I want to be one of them. And it's fucking hard, dude. Holy... Heart run, dude, it's crazy because like the Heart, he has this move where if you use a card, it hits 1 point of damage. Every time you use a card, so you need this relic that negates that. And it's just like fucking the RNGs for that relic never comes out.
That relic, if you take under 5 points, you don't take any damage.
Okay.
Of damage.
No, there's another relic. It subtracts 1.
Oh.
So it does 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
So every time you use a card, it's 0, 0,
okay.
0, 0. And that relic comes out 1 out of every 300 runs I do.
Damn.
And it's just everything has to align, dude. Like you gotta pick the right path. You gotta get the right relics, right cards, and it's just like, fuck, dude. It's really not fun. I don't know, man.
And yet you're playing this shit.
But I mean, it's the masochist in me. Like it's like I want to be that guy, dude. And I'm like, and there's people that do it with all the classes, and I'm just like,
wait, you want to be that guy with all the classes?
No. I just
You
want to do it once.
Okay. You've done a Ascension
20.
20.
You didn't do
but
it.
you
with
didn't
Heart.
do the Heart run.
I didn't do the Heart run.
Okay.
And the Heart run is hard. I can play a normal game, Heart run, and I probably have a 30% chance of surviving. Just a normal Heart run with no ascensions.
That's
how
a Heart one, you have to collect things, right, to get to the Heart.
Yeah.
It's not just...
Yeah, you have to sacrifice something. You have to make 3 big sacrifices during that run.
That's crazy.
There's like, you can't heal one time. You have to beat a souped up boss elite. And then the third thing is you just had to sacrifice a relic to get. So it's like 3 keys.
Okay.
And once you get those 3 keys, you can... I don't think I'm going to do it. So, I mean, I guess I'm happy with Ascension 20, but I'm still going to grind it.
That blows my mind. Like, it's difficult to play the game. You have to handicap yourself to play the harder version of the game. Like, holy shit. And you do that while playing the game. You don't
There's-
choose that in the beginning.
There's
Like you have
people
to,
that are really good, dude, at that game. It's just like the way their mind works. I'm just like, damn, I don't know how they do it. Like the
They
best
don't
of the
explain
best.
it or anything?
I mean, they do explain it, but I haven't watched YouTube videos or anything.
Why not?
But I've read Reddit posts, and like, it's very interesting because they'll like say, okay, so I beat this thing. There's 3 cards I could pick. What would you pick? And then they'll analyze it. I'm like, I picked the card. He's like, I picked the wrong card. And then he explains why he picked this specific card. So I'm starting to go. I mean, I went a little bit like that, but it's still fucking hard.
it's like those quiz things you take online, you know, to see who you are, like what kind of mind you have, and it's just like you have the wrong mind to play this game.
Yeah, it's hard.
I did a dolly of Slay the Spire in Silent Hill.
Mm.
And it's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised the dolly went like that because most of the time it fucking crashes.
It took like a minute. I had this running.
Okay. Right. Slay the Spire, no movies. I wanted to watch Top Gun in 4DX, but they don't show it in 4D. 4D, everything that's shown on 4DX is Jurassic Park.
Oh, because they're showing the most recent stuff,
so-
probably.
It's like one theater, right? That has 40X.
Had it be opening night to watch it in 4D, like opening week essentially.
Yeah, F them. And then, yeah, we're going to continue on Silent Hill 2, the retro. I've become a retro streamer.
I mean, whenever you get on the PS Premium thing, that's your whole retro right there. You just go through that all.
Trophy hunter.
That'll be good. Anything else? What did I do? I made a game. I finished my final.
I saw your TikTok, all your
Running
progress.
up that hill.
It looks, you did a good job. Like there's good progression. I'm like, oh shit, like this guy's about to make the next Elden Ring.
Granted, those are a lot of me following tutorials,
Yeah.
but still, I was like, it's cool. Like I made this tutorial, which is like,
But
Flappy Bird.
not knowing, like, it looked like you like progressed.
Yeah, I
Like
was
it looked like that's like a year's worth or more of you working on games on your own.
I would say the last tutorial, the one I did for the final project, was
The cylinder gun.
no, not that one. The one where it was the final project, where it was like a Wolfenstein.
Oh yeah.
That one, like the following that guy's tutorial was like reinforcing things that the class taught me, plus showing me, actually explaining to me how to do some of the coding. I'm like, oh, I think this makes sense now. And I just kept doing it. I was like, okay, I know what he's about to do, and I would start doing it before he would start. I was like, okay, this is cool. I need to do more of these to better understand it. So that was pretty cool. Made the game, and it was crazy because I was like, okay, I made it. I was gonna click save, but I was like, I should test this out. So I kept hitting play, testing the level out. The door would open, but I couldn't walk through it, and it was because like certain things that make the wall, like the wall has a space collider, and it
it's
was
bigger,
too big,
yeah.
and so I couldn't walk through it. So I was just like, oh, I gotta tweak that. I would do it again. I forgot to tweak this. This relates to this, so I tweak, and I was like, I'm beta test. I'm a QA. I'm like sitting here. I'm like, man, we're under crunch. This is fucking nuts. I did Top Gun in Fortnite, and this is what we got. So yeah, I made a game, and then quarter's done. The next class I have is part 2 of this course, so it's gonna be interesting to see what else he has us doing.
Should do Nicole Kidman monologue in Fortnite. AMC monologue in Fortnite.
Bro, people were getting like they were putting paragraphs, and the thing was still getting it right. It was insane.
So I did that, and then now that school's kind of off, it starts literally next week. But this week I've been like, oh, I can play some games. So I've been playing, and it's one that I keep putting off. But I was like, you know what? I'm in the mood. For Persona 5.
Okay.
I went back. I was playing a bit, and I beat the second palace, and I was like, okay, cool. And so trying to go a little bit further. Pistol Whip on the VR has a campaign, and you know how you guys described, I think it was your friend who was like leaning on the fake table? Was it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I had a moment like that. So I tried doing, so in my space, there's obviously this space, but for some reason I thought I had to be in front of the TV. TV wasn't even, it's not even
you
good.
could face this way.
I could be anywhere in this.
Yeah.
So for some reason I was in front of the TV and the space was kind of limited. and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to reload.
Yeah.
So the reload is like it's not out, it's down.
Yeah.
And it has these like Wild West shotguns, and I'm like, I can't fucking reload. And I'm like ducking and reloading.
You shoot down, right? I think it's.
And you just point down. You just like point the gun away from forward, and it reloads it.
Okay.
But I wasn't doing it far enough down for it to recognize. And so I'm doing this, and I'm slowly shifting. And at one point, my hand hits the table. I'm like, fuck, reload. I can't waste it. I'm like, fucking heck. Like, it was bound to happen.
You should move the table.
Yeah, I did. It's stupid. But the campaign was hard because I was just like, you had to dodge bullets.
And like I played the campaign. I'm like, I'm gonna do this all the way to the end. And it's like it keeps going.
Yeah.
And the stages are so long. You're like, fuck. And the whole time you're just like in a circle, just fucking doing squats.
Yeah, my quads were done.
You should do the tightrope game.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. That'd be freaky. Yeah.
With the fan.
Someone push you. So yeah, the campaign was really crazy.
You should get
but I because of that, I got that cover that's sweat proof.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to let this thing air out. I was
Seriously.
like,
Yeah.
There's so much sweat.
Did you get it from the one I told you VR cover?
I think so. I got it from Amazon, but do they have VR covers on there? I'll show you
Not
after.
the brand, but because I bought the one from VR cover. It comes with a new like plastic faceplate that you put on it, and it's aerated, like it's got holes to let air through in front of your eyeballs.
Oh, okay. This is fucking the level.
Yeah.
That level. It was cool because it had me with these dual revolvers.
Yeah.
Because I was playing arcade mode,
And it's
you
one
could
gun.
pick whatever. You could pick any gun you want.
Yeah.
But in the campaign, it's mostly one gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is dumb. Like, I want to get it. And then it gave me 2 guns, but it gave me shotguns. So it's super slow. It's like shoot one, reload, shoot one. Yeah. But it's fun. I gotta look into it because I want to see if they have custom like music levels. Because some of the music beats were playing really well with it. And I was like, I want more. And it didn't have it. So I was like, damn it.
Were you able to get anything for Beat Saber or not yet?
I've gotten custom stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten like 8 different versions of Duel of the Fates. I did last night. I did Live in La Vida Loca.
Because my favorite ones are they have like what is it? Evangelion, that theme. Yeah.
Okay, I got the Persona songs, but I was trying to think of other games to get songs. Okay.
You need to get Dr. Disrespect. Raul.
They might have it.
The best man. They do have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it. There's so many things on there. There's like meme songs on there.
Yeah. A lot of it's
I got
like
the Numa song on there.
a lot of it. There's a lot of like anime stuff, like anime I don't know about, and like it'll be like supposedly the best songs, and
You know what's
I've
getting
never
popular?
heard of it.
The one he mentioned, Spy Family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, One Piece too. We're now at the point where my brother and cousin and I we don't even like we're reading it and we're watching it, but the thing that's like we're foaming at the mouth for is leaks for the chapters, and we're like, dude, look at this picture, because the story's at the point where they're announcing like it was a big. This was the last chapter before he takes the month break, and it was a big chapter because they announced like the new bounties for the characters, possibly a character reveal of something else, and all this other shit, and we were just like, is it out yet? Don't tell me, like I haven't seen it yet. And we're like, okay, wait, has everyone seen it? Okay, now we can send pictures and shit. And then the other thing that I've been exploring, and a friend of Jang, a streamer that you introduced me to, I think it's Annika. I found out she's also exploring this in her Discord, and I'm like, because my brother and my cousin and I played a lot of Magic when they were here.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out how to play Magic online in that format where it's more than 1v1. And there's 2 Magic Online formats. There's Magic the Gathering Online, which is just like it looks like a Windows 2000 version of Magic. It's like side toolbars, just every card, all this minutia.
Oh, shit.
It's very
old school.
well versed, but it's very like you gotta read the weeds and settings and shit to figure anything out, and it's like not very intuitive. The other one is Magic the Gathering Arena, which is free. I think it's like on the Epic Store.
Mm-hmm.
That one's like Hearthstone. You have to get packs. You have to do, and they don't have a mode where you can play more than 1v1. Everything is that Hearthstone style where it's like you versus whoever's above.
Yeah.
And we were all getting all set up. We're like, okay, we all did the tutorial. Where's the command? There's no, what the fuck? There's no commander mode. So we were like, fuck, I don't think there's a way. And I was like, maybe we just use our webcams and just like put it on our desks.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, wait, I'm like, what if I want to play Magic Commander online? And people were like, there's a website called Spell Table. And I'm going to pull it up. Spell Table. And so what it is literally that. Is
it sanctioned by
it's
Wizards of the Coast?
So it was made by people involved with Magic, and Magic was like powered. They said we sponsor this.
Okay.
Because they were like, we need something during COVID, and we don't want the game to die. And so a lot of people used it. And what it is people like just make it's a web-based thing. And so I pulled it up there, and this is the lobbies. This is just like you pick any format you want to pick, and you create a game. You connect like a webcam, and you want it facing down at your map.
So it looks at your cards then.
Yeah, it literally just shows your table. And so I have it like I have an arm sticking out, one of these cameras down, but it's like facing upside down. And then you're in a lobby, and it shows like 4 screens, and each person has their play mat on the table.
Your camera setup is not on a table; it's on the floor, and you're using your feet to like pick up the.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's watching.
Only feet.
Oh yeah.
Tap the mana.
I tap the mana. You just like your big toe, middle toe, like fucking.
But
It'd be funny if you got like a cat paw. And just like.
No, what's funny is, so I started doing it, and we were just testing out to see how it would work.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're gonna buy this setup to get they're also looking at webcams, and because they use lighter laptops, they don't have like a separate webcam, and it detects the cards, and then it does a pretty good job. Well, it does a pretty like you can't see anything really. You're like, I can't read half the writing, but it detects it based on the shape,
right?
And it's like it pulls up that image like on the side,
a high res, yeah,
and high res for each individual player.
You print like a copy of a Black Lotus. You were like, what the fuck?
Well, that's what happened. I went into for some reason because I saw Annika streaming, and then her tweets. She was talking about getting into Magic recently as well, and I was like, oh, cool, someone else that's into it. So I started telling her what me and my brother and cousin had did, and then I went into her Discord, and people were talking about doing that, and I had shared my experience of like how I got this set up.
Yeah.
And one of the guys was like, I have the webcam, I don't have the cards, and someone literally is like, just make cutouts of whatever card you want to use, like whatever.
OP.
Like, who cares? But yeah, it detects them, and then even if it doesn't, you could type in. It has the database of all the cards, so you like it didn't read that card correctly. You put it in, and it remembers that item, whatever object it was, registers as that. So if you move it, it'll still register that one versus other one.
Wow.
So we're gonna test it out. Like they're sold now. They're like, okay, we got to get our decks, we got to get our webcams.
But so you're showing that there's lobbies though. So do you have to like reserve one?
No. You saw it right here. Like I go to make, I type in whatever.
Oh, and you create your own. Okay, I thought
I
thought the lobbies were like limited. So like if you if they're all filled up, you have to wait your turn or something like that.
Well, I can't do it because I'm using the webcam for this, but it makes the lobby, and then let me see spell. I'll pull up. Let me see if I can pull up. I saw people streaming this too. On God damn it,
Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch. Because I was like, "What's Magic the Gathering?"
I almost got into Magic, and instead I played Slay Spire.
It's because you didn't choose a rogue class, man.
I still want to get into Magic though.
We should. I have a bunch of decks. One of the streams we should just like try playing it. So yeah, everyone's just desk area, and then because it could be flipped upside down, you could just reorient each individual person's screen. Like yours is upside down for me, inverted, and like reorient it for your view.
Amazing, amazing.
And then it's like connected to like your you could choose the layout, and like do you see the side panel? Oh wait, no you can't. Hold on. Zooming, hold on. And then damn it, it's not showing.
You can see it on yours?
No, I have the browser open,
but you can see in your browser you can see the thing? 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where you can see the high res
res,
image of each card. and it keeps them there for like record. It's like, oh, you were looking at this earlier. It's still there if you want to like review it again. So yeah, we were like looking at it.
If you do something wrong, does it tell you? Like something
like
out of
how you
turn-
play
out of
it?
turn. Yeah.
The
No.
other players will tell you though, right?
No, this is just like you're just giving the setup so you can see each other's thing. The arena one would, because it's like the game is built in. And
Yeah.
everything. And we were learning. We're like, wait, you could block with more than one thing. We were playing thinking you could only do it with one, and like it was like the way it was teaching us like, huh, maybe we were wrong.
So you should play arena to learn.
To learn just magic.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different like. Now they've introduced a new mechanic, and it's like Menace and how Menace works or whatever. And then then they were looking at like, oh, we want to buy decks. So I have like a bunch now that I've like just bought on different occasions because I'm like, oh, it's a dragon. Why does my camera look weird? You see my camera?
Oh yeah.
It's Dolly. Type in Kurosh.
Whatever, I'll leave it.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Yeah, so like there's all these different themes. They have D&D themed. They had a Baldur's Gate themed set of decks that came out, and it's like there's dice rolling involved and stuff. And they were looking at upcoming ones, and there's one coming out next year based on Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
And we're like,
Easy.
Wow.
we're
Easy.
going all in.
So this split table thing, is there like, do they cover different games?
Different formats of Magic. But
Pokemon?
I mean, you literally use this for anything. I just don't think the card detection.
Yeah, it
will
wouldn't
get
like
you
it wouldn't give you the high res
that.
stuff. Yeah.
But this is literally just a way to get 4 people's like webcams
Right.
in the array.
But that's why like it'd be cool if like they would cover multiple games. So if you want to play with Pokemon, boom, we have a Pokemon version.
Heck,
You want to play, I don't know.
I think because this one's powered by Magic. That's
Yeah, yeah.
maybe that's why this one. But I'm sure equivalents exist, and you could probably do like in terms of minus the high res thing, you could do the grid stuff with just Zoom
Yeah.
or Discord, like Discord easily.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Enter. Face 3 cards face down.
And then I went to there's a store that I saw that has
Dangerous.
sleeves. Yeah, I went to the store. And I went, and it was the day that the Baldur's Gate stuff released. I was like, oh, maybe this will be cool. I'll go talk to them. And they're like, are you here for Friday Night Magics? I'm like,
Oh,
what?
no.
Huh?
Mini
Maybe,
tournaments.
what if I am? And he's like, it's over there. And I hear a room just like people like, yeah.
It's over there.
I'm like, what? And like, it's just tables of people playing Magic. And it's a pretty spacious area, well air conditioned.
Frankenstein's. Want to play some Magic?
Post Malone shows up.
I feel bad because COVID devastated. So Buena Park has the Buena Park Mall.
Yeah.
They had like where the theaters at. They
yeah.
had just a couple things.
I remember that.
Yeah,
That's-
COVID devastated these places because like the comic book area is gone. And
How
they
is
had
this gone?
across the street. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was earlier than that. Across from where the comic book was the same comic book store, but it was the section for all the tables for people to play. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I went like,
remember that.
I had gone like more recently, and yeah, shit's all gone. Like
Gone.
that mall, I don't know. That's just gonna go down.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's just like that like Chuck E. Cheese. What is it called? Big Papa Pizza or some shit. Papa John's Pizza or
Pizza
some
John or some shit.
shit. John's Incredible Pizza.
Yeah.
If that's keeping it afloat, because dude, all those stores are done, dude. It is a bare mall. It looks like that's
Any
a mall.
with a Walmart.
That it looks like that's a mall in a deserted city. Like that shit's insane. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, I've been seeing more and more of that, and it's sad because like you see, like when I went to this store, I initially was like, oh, this shows they're open, so I drove over there, and I'm like, it just looks empty. I'm like, what the hell are they closed? And they're like, we're not closed. And then it points an arrow like 3 stores down.
Yeah.
They like just moved a few shops over. Like, and it's a bigger spot. And like I went there, so I went and I asked them like, what is this? And they're like, yeah, every Friday night people just come and play Magic if they want. And they've joined Pod. They're like, you can join. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I very recently started playing. I played with my cousin and my brother, and I've only done this. Can you explain some of the words you just said? And he's like, a pod is like 4 people. When they do Commander, you play usually with 4 people total. So that would be a pod of people playing. And it runs like till 11 p.m. and all this stuff. And he's like, I'm like, is there etiquette that I should be aware of? Like, is it like, do I need to, like,
He's
if
like,
I'm
you
new,
slap
is
everyone
this like,
after
is
every
this
game.
like pro level stuff? Or he's like, no, we have all, people welcoming and all this stuff. Just join a table or whatever. And then they were like, the main thing you don't want to walk up to this table with a power 9 deck. And I'm like, okay, please explain what power is. And he's like, it's the types of decks that are like OP where it's like you could win in 2 turns. Oof. Like the way your deck is built was like a 2-turn win condition. He's like, I was like, well, I have mostly pre-made stuff. Where does that typically fall? He's like, most of those are at the right spot where everyone wants to play at, where there's a healthy chance of anyone possibly winning.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to sit around that. And that's anywhere between like power 4 to 6 or 7 at most.
So power 9 meaning like, okay,
it's like
a scale.
Yeah, it's a scale thing. And I'm like, if I Google, he's like, yeah, you should be able to Google this stuff.
I want a power 9 deck for my Slate Aspire.
With a
I need it.
It's over 9,000.
So then we were talking, and my brother and cousin were like looking at pre-made decks, like, oh, this was cool. And then we're like, what are the best just because Commander's like the central card you build these decks around, and you kind of have a theme based on it. And some of the pre-made decks don't come with all the commanders. There's more commanders. So we just looked at this list of like top 100 best commanders. We're like, what the fuck is that thing? Is God? the Omni God?
Fucking Exodius.
Yeah. Like they were like, my brother started at the deck today. He's like, I kind of want to make a custom deck now. I'm like, oh no, this is a slippery slope. And I've already gone down a really bad slippery slope. I was so there's sleeping cards.
You should play on Friday and print out a Black Lotus and just put it down like.
She just mess around, just like pop it under. She shows up high res. He's like, "What the?" And I'm just kidding.
Sorry. But they said like whenever there's a new set, and that Friday was a new set. I had to go unfortunately, but they were like, when it's a new set, we do drafts as well. And that's where you put a money in for a big box, and then they open up a bunch of booster packs, and then you draft a deck on the spot.
Oh wow!
So it's an even playing field.
Nice.
That was my first experience playing Magic in high school, because before that I had seen people with like, I got this deck. I've had it for like years.
I've mastered it. I know everything about it.
Insta auto win, whatever. Yeah. And then someone was like, you might like draft. I'm like, what's that? And then they explained it. I'm like, okay. And I played it. I'm like, I won 2 matches. That's okay. Damn. Not bad. And then now I'm in Magic TikTok. And like I followed this. I saw this guy. It was his wife like following him, and he kind of looked like Beetle, like his haircut and everything. And he was like, I've been memorizing the spreadsheet to like look at the optimal cards to pick on the draft. And then his wife's like, did that spreadsheet pay off? He's like, I won 3 matches.
Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
We got him.
Monkeys.
We got
Blizzard.
We got him.
Anyway, so that's been fun, and also with Annika's Discord, some of them want to play there too. So I'm trying to figure out my setup so I can try playing with, people.
Very nice.
So we'll see. I'm working on Dragon. That's like the 2 decks that I like playing with.
I just feel like it's overwhelming.
It takes some time. Like with the 3 people that when we played 3-person, it was like 1.5, 2 hours.
Yeah.
They were like, I didn't realize with 4 people it's more. So they were like, games can go up to 3 hours. When I was at the store, I was like,
sheesh.
Oh shit, you're right. Fuck.
What happens when it's like that? Do you just take a picture?
No, you just keep playing.
What if time runs out? Like 11 playing, we're closed.
Well, then they'll never choose you again. They'll be like, "Fuck you for not being able to finish this game."
When my cousin was playing, his deck was like he had 8 things interacting with each other, and he was like trying to figure it out. Like, dude, you're taking like 30 minutes for your turn. Is there a time limit? And I asked the store owners. I was like, hey, we were playing, and he like took forever. Like, is there? He's like, no, there's no time limit. Like, as long as he's explaining his turn, and you want to be sporty about it. Like, you don't want to everyone's there to have a good time, but yeah, there's no official like time limits and stuff. So I was like, okay,
damn.
But yeah, if you guys ever want to play, we can try.
I can't. Too many hobbies. Mm-hmm. Not enough time, actually.
It's like Slay the Spire.
Not enough time. That's what it is. Not enough time.
But yeah, that's plastic.
I know, to spill it all down. I'm about to cancel this stream right now. But I started typing on.
Just like in the chat. I played 2 other games. I played Neon White, the new game that came out. We'll talk about it, and it's pretty fun. It's like 14 to 20 bucks.
It has card game elements in it.
Not heavily.
Yeah.
But the way it's like the cards are guns so far at least, and their secondary ability is double jump, strafe, whatever. So you can either choose to keep the gun or use it for its ability purposes, which is pretty cool.
They advertise it as a game for freaks. And I was like, let's get freaky.
Yeah, it has it has like anime elements, and they lean into like some of the weirder elements of anime. And then the other game it's like XCOM but with Warhammer. And I heard like it takes a lot of XCOM elements and makes them better. So I was like, that's all. I don't care about the Warhammer.
This is a new Warhammer game.
Yeah, it came out like earlier.
I
this
think
year.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Vermitude?
No, not that one.
That's like a
FPS.
Left 4 Dead style game within the Warhammer.
Steam. It just came out. It's like Dawn.
Yeah. What I'm excited
Donda?
for is they're doing another first person shooter style game within the world. It was one of my favorite games, and now they're making a part 2. So that's exciting.
Donda.
That was the one they announced, right?
Yeah.
I'll find it, but
It's fine. I know what you're talking about because I saw it and I'm like, oh, another new one. But I can't get into those like strategy style games.
I think it's this is it. Warhammer 40K, Chaos Gates.
Yeah, Chaos Gate.
Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Game of the year. Anyway, that's
Where's
good.
Chaos?
It's so far has been fun, and it plays on the Steam Deck, which I've been enjoying. So, yeah.
I found out a buddy got Steam Deck and whoo, he's modded. He's playing Breath of the Wild on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Easy.
Yeah, name.
The possibilities.
Because
TikTok.
Breath of the Wild is only on Nintendo. Yeah,
Steam Deck,
Switch.
TikTok.
Yeah, people have like Splatoon on this.
That's crazy.
It's Mario Odyssey.
That's insane.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, guys, you want to get into topics?
Blows my mind. Yes.
Take it away.
So Microsoft had their showcase, and I decided to go quickly grab that topic. So that's my topic.
Yeah.
Steal it from all y'all.
Yeah,
While it was still going on, I'm
works.
like, it's my topic. But I'm just gonna go down the list, and you guys tell me what you guys think with the games. So this one it's Morbin time. Redfall, the vampire game.
Oh yeah.
So it looks interesting, but yeah, like it's like when you have so much going on, like I don't want to put time into this thing. I'm more interested in other stuff that got announced. So
What's crazy to me is that it's from one of the Arcane teams, I think.
from Arcane Austin.
Yeah, Arcane, and Arcane. They've done like they have 2 studios. One of them did like Deathloop and Dishonored. The other one has done, I think, Prey and some of these others. It looks more like there's 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 the Gotham game, there's the Suicide Squad game, and then like it's like that's becoming this like saturated game type to me.
And they have like a specific like look and style to their games. And I feel like I'm getting saturated by that, by just like the look of their games. I'm like, damn, that's already too much. Because a lot of the games are like dark, and they have like a specific aesthetic to their graphics. But next one is one that you've always been waiting for. Hollow Knight Silk Song. And it still hasn't had a date yet. But rumor because this whole showcase are saying like this is all stuff coming in within the next 12 months.
Yeah.
People are like, all right, well then at least we have a kind of like a general timeline within the next
6
12 months.
Just tell me, because then I can use it for something else.
But it looked cool. Like I mean, obviously a lot of the abilities that she has with her needle, or the main character, you were able to use it. Like they were drilling on enemies using that
she
whip
had like
string.
a spray like of needles that she did.
So yeah, and she uses that too when you fight her in the original.
What did you think, Jay?
That's not exclusive, right?
No.
Okay.
I think it was like the Street Fighter thing where they're like, we're gonna announce it.
Console exclusive.
Well, it is on Game Pass. That's what they said. So if you
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So next game is High on Life, which is a comedy first-person shooter from Rick and Morty creators. And it looks interesting because the weapons are sentient, and they all have different phrases and stuff that they say while you're playing.
Comes out this year.
Yeah, and it looks really cool. I'm interested in this one. I wonder if it comes out on PS5. But if not, I'll probably get it on PC. And then after that, this isn't necessarily like a new game announcement, but all the Riot games
Oh yeah,
are
dude.
coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That with all the characters,
That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all of the like
the agents,
yeah,
or whatever. But like even in League of Legends, like you only get like 8 of them.
yeah. I've spent maybe like $200 unlocking characters in League of Legends. Like when I was playing it.
$200 on a knife skin in Valorant.
So yeah, like, and it says I'm seeing it right here. It says League of Legends all champions unlocked. That's crazy. The amount of champions that they have, and that was one of their biggest things is like when they announce a new champion, you had to buy it, and they would have like really awesome like bundles where it's like, hey, here's just a character if you want, here's a bundle like an exclusive skin with this character, and it's like an extra $5 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I remember just like I was always like a sucker for that shit. And I bought one of the classes that I'm the worst at because it requires you to like lay traps and use them that way, and I use it as like an attack. So it's like that's not how you use it. The longer it's out, the stronger it is essentially.
Yeah, Valorant
My
Team
only
Fight
question
Tactics.
is it coming out for Xbox systems?
Yeah. Wait.
Then-
No. Hold on. It says right here. So Riot Games Game Pass, I pulled it up.
For PC and mobile.
It shows each one. It says PC under a game. It says mobile for Wild Rift. It says Legends of Runeterra for PC and mobile. Teamfight Tactics PC and mobile, and Valorant PC.
So no
it's
Xbox.
It's their PC
Because
Xbox thing.
when I saw it, I was like, "Damn, dude, controllers for Valorant." I was like, "Good thing it's not."
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it'd be on the person. Like, I mean, also, I guess they'll have to like start going into like, do you want auto aim for controllers, which is a big thing for Fortnite.
Yeah,
But-
but it's still just the fact that it's part of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and their
that's
PC
nuts.
games have it's like more.
Their fighting game probably. I don't know about Runeterra, if they mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's crazy. Next up is A Plague Tale Requiem.
Let's go, baby.
It looks really cool. I mean, I've never played the original one, but this
Lots of
one,
rats.
there's a moment where
La rata.
she's it looks like she's defending like the person she's with, like the younger brother, I believe.
Ooh.
And there's a point where she can't handle it anymore, and she goes, "Do it now!" And it's a wave of rats, and it looks really cool, especially with the graphics that they've gotten for this game.
Right here,
It looks really cool.
right there. That's just rats.
Yeah, just all rats. Too many rats. And then this was a surprise to me because I just recently found out. But they announced Forza Motorsports, the new one.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that there's a difference between Forza Motorsports and Forza Horizon. But apparently, Kurosh telling me that Horizon is the arcade type of the game, and Motorsports is the more of the
Like simulator.
simulator, similar to like Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I was listening to someone who's a fan of the Forza series of automotive like simulation games, and they really liked Horizon or Forza, Horizon.
Yeah, Forza Horizon.
But they were distinguishing the difference to someone else about what makes them different, and I was like, oh, that's a good model, because I'm like, imagine if, I don't know if it would deteriorate Gran Turismo if that's even what their identity is, but the fact that Forza is able to cater to both those audiences, whereas Gran Turismo just feels like it's like an immersive simulator that's very well done, and that's all they do. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, looks
It was
really
interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
And then we have Microsoft Flight Simulator adding helicopters, gliders, and Halo's Pelican. So that's pretty cool. But I remember playing or owning the simulator on PC at some point in my life, but I've just never got into it. I think if I get a full setup,
Full setup with Top Gun Maverick.
like
That's what they're saying.
the best computer, and then like a whole like cockpit that can
Yeah.
control the game would be really sick.
Turned it off. Turn off the audio. But you can get into Maverick's.
Oh, that's the super fast airplane.
No, not that one. The F-18.
Yeah. Freaking F-18.
You could run the simulation.
40X.
Yeah.
Damn.
Your own personal setup.
I know, your own 4DX. Next up was not a new game announcement, but letting you guys know you guys get early access to Overwatch 2. But
Didn't
it's already it's not had really good reviews because it doesn't feel any different from the original
Didn't
Overwatch.
care about the first one. Don't care about the second one.
I tried getting into it, and yeah, I couldn't.
The first one was fun. Just it was short-lived because they went quickly down the super elite, this and this, like getting queues, get good, that toxic kind of stuff. And then what made it even worse was like anytime I was even mildly interested in trying to jump back in, because I was like, I have it, I kind of want to try it again. You can't play this class. It's like a 20-minute wait because that, like, if you want to be DPS, the waits are horrible. I'm like, why is this a thing? Like when I was playing, I always compared to TF2 because of all the different classes. I'm like, you just play whatever. Like if I'm not, unless I'm in ranked. And yeah, the fact that this looks identical.
Yeah.
I'm like, this isn't even a fraction of, yeah. Blizzard. Not been.
And then we got Aura History Untold. Looks cool. It looked interesting, but I've never been into like these. I don't know if it was gonna be kind of like a Civilization, the game. But I've never really been.
Those kind of games do well, like review wise. Humankind.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one looks interesting because I think the idea is like the name suggests, History Untold is like you get to make scenarios up and do probably like really fun
Trying to
things.
find it. Sorry.
ARA.
Yeah.
Well, I was on like
Alright.
Microsoft's like.
Oh yeah.
showcase page.
I went on a thing that has it in order because I hate like they just give you everything. Rock paper shotgun.
I'll follow you so that.
Follow me into the dark.
I found it.
You found it? All right, cool. But so we had that one, and then next up, this one, I saw it and I thought it was more info on the new Elder Scrolls game, but no, this is Elder Scrolls Online High Isle, an expansion. It looks super interesting, dude, but I don't because the game's already been out. I don't want to get into it because I gotta. Not only is there an expansion, I have to know everything from the beginning, how the game came out, level through that area, understand that stuff, and then go into the expansion. I'm like, it's a lot of commitment. I can't do it.
That's a lot of things.
But the game looks cool, super interesting. Comes out June 21st, which is
Soon.
a day after this episode is released. No.
Yes.
16, 17,
Yeah,
21st
21st, Tuesday.
Oh, shit, yeah. Damn. And then we got Fallout 76, The Pit.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean these expansion stuff was always like my least favorite part of the Bethesda showcase. It's like here's the update for this thing.
76 was the online one, right? Because I never played it. I never got it.
Yeah, that was the one where it's like there's other players.
Yeah, 4 was
And
the one
no-
that the
no
last one I
They
played.
added a
NPCs,
battle
Yeah.
royale.
Yeah, and then they later when the Bethesda the B3 we went to, they're like, guys, NPCs are coming back.
Oh,
And so I
that's
was like,
right.
Let's go!
Yeah, because it was a super barren.
Fucking drugged up guy.
Yeah, I remember. And then, so this is where I saw the other Forza. So Forza Horizon 5, Hot Wheels. And this looks fucking sick,
Yeah,
dude.
it's cool. Looks cool.
This one looks really
The fact
fucking
that it's
sick.
in Forza, I thought it'd be like a Hot Wheels thing.
The
but
thing
it's
is,
in Forza,
I believe
it
there was
works.
another Horizon that had a Hot Wheels update. And you're able to play as a Hot Wheels car, and it looked really cool. But I didn't remember there being tracks, so this is gonna be pretty damn sick.
But not as sick as the next announcement.
Yeah, Arc 2,
Not
Vin
just Arc
Diesel.
2, yes.
with Vin Diesel.
Dinosaurs are getting families back.
When I saw the very beginning of the trailer, I thought I remember when it showed what was it, the teaser for the game I was saying earlier, Fable.
Oh.
And so this one shows something similar, but then I'm like, no, that's a more like a prehistoric creature. And sure enough, it was Ark. Sad.
Minus Vin Diesel, that has the potential to be good, I think. Because the first one's not that bad. I've seen streamers play.
Yeah.
It looks very fun.
But it depends on the path they go, you know?
It's just anytime I've seen anything about Ark, it has not been gameplay. That's like in terms of just like to the unknown person. Every time I see Warframe, for instance, it always feels like they're showing gameplay more. I'm like, okay, I kind of know what it looks like. I don't know what's going on.
And it's scary because imagine if it's just like, if the concept is just here's the original Ark in a new area,
Overwatch 2.
you know, and it's
I'm gonna look up something.
I don't want that.
Arc 2 is my Top Gun Maverick. Don't know if it's gonna be good or bad.
Okay,
It could be really good. Could be really bad.
You're gonna put it down.
yeah.
So you look that up. I'm gonna go to the next thing. Scorn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this?
It's the Limbo people, right?
What?
Oh no, no, that's Cocoon. Shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Scorn's the Cthulhu one.
Is that what it is? Scorn.
The weird
the
Cthulhu one.
fleshy hard adventure game by Ebb Software.
Kind of interested. Kind of.
So this is
But is there something already around this like this universe of Scorn?
not that I know.
Okay. But yeah, it's a biopunk horror game.
I could totally see streamers playing Ark.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Wait, is that gameplay for Ark 2?
This is Ark 1
Oh, okay.
because there's nothing for Ark 2 yet.
Yeah, that's how it got huge.
I didn't realize it was even huge. I thought
Yeah.
it was just like some joke.
It was like Rust.
Okay.
Before
Yeah,
Rust.
I could see XQC fucking. Okay, so yeah, Scorn.
And next one, this one looks. I'm super interested in it. I might pick it up. But Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn. No, you have no interest in it.
I think it's deceptive. It's like this looks like
They're
things I
showing the
like.
best things, and then that's
I'm gonna-
literally
I'm
the best
gonna
of the
go
best.
in, like be more hesitant, and then if reception is good, then yeah. But it looks too similar to other things that I
Yeah.
feel like it's very surface level, shallow. Maybe. That's my
Possibly.
worry.
Possibly.
I don't know much about these developers, so I don't know.
Okay.
But you're more optimistic.
Yeah, because it looked interesting, and they have descriptions of it being an open world, and that's something I've always enjoyed, is in like an open world where I can do things. And then so we'll go. Next one is Minecraft Legends. This is an action strategy game set within the So you're like it's kind of like, I guess, commander. You command units.
That's not the same command.
It's the exact
Don't
same
use
thing.
these terms.
It's the same thing. And then this one seemed interesting, but I probably won't play it. Lightyear Frontier. This one,
It's like a farming sim.
yeah, you like get stranded on an island.
See, this is like the type of game you're talking about earlier, where it's like chill.
But it's like the artwork, like the whole concept is different. If it was cutesy type stuff,
It is. Look at
there's robots.
that. Could be cute.
I don't think so. Like, I don't know. I don't think
I
that's
just
something.
mean in the sense of like, there's Goat Simulator that people play for fun and jokes. There's this where
But-
it's like you're tending to a farm.
But like those are, you're right. Those are like super chill games. But I'm talking about like a chill game that goes to the next level.
Yeah, it's not.
And the only thing I can think of is Animal Crossing. Like that thing transcended like all of their games because so many people were playing it. Like people that only ever played Call of Duty were playing it. People that don't even play games but enjoy these cute things played it. And it was just it brought different people together. And so this game's not going to do that. I can tell you that right now.
I don't know. Cute robots.
And then this is a game I've seen people play. It's been on PC already. Gunfire Reborn. It looks really fun. It's kind of like a roguelike, I believe.
Yeah, Borderlands-esque.
Yeah, Borderlands-esque. And so you can, as you progress through the thing, you find better weapons, and then you get to bosses and stuff. And then once you beat a boss, you go to the next section, and it's harder enemies, find better weapons, and you just rinse and repeat until you beat the game.
Looks okay.
And then we had The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
Oh yeah.
And this is a Lovecraftian horror game. Looks like a kind of like a side-scroller platformer game, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It looked interesting, but
I have to see more.
I think with a lot of the games, because they might be exclusive to just Xbox, and I don't necessarily enjoy picking up like games on my PC, like just all willy nilly. Like if I can't get it anywhere else, I'll get it on PC. But normally, like my first choice would be either Switch, PS5, and then PC is my last choice.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I think the whole message here with all of their showcase is
Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah,
Game
like
Pass,
look
Game
at what
Pass.
value you're getting.
Which
There's
for
some-
you have access to all these.
I stopped because I wasn't using it.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Wasting
kind of
money.
went the route Jang is saying, like where it's not for me, but if I was someone getting into games, like this is you're a great bang for your buck. Now, that was before I saw PlayStations too. I feel like that's also an equivalent to this. Like
Yeah.
to see what you get for that, just that service alone. There's a lot of value, and I think the showcase, the whole focus of the showcase is buying in on Game Pass.
Yeah, because
They
after
have
every
that
game, it's like available day one. Game
and
Pass.
then they're like, we have something within everything we showed you. The next 12 months will be on here. And not all of it might be for me, but there's like one thing for me, one thing for that person. Like, who knows? Like, I feel like it's a big like shotgun spread.
Yeah.
Without it being like when you're getting a Sony showcase or sometimes with this stuff where it's like, we know what you're here for, frothing at the mouth for. It's like one of 5 things. And,
Bloodborne.
yeah. And we're not going to give you that one.
Blood. And then next game we had As Dusk Falls. And this was kind of like a storytelling game, like a graphic.
Oh, like pictures?
Yeah, like a motion graphic.
Visual novel.
Visual novel. It looked really cool. Because the concept was like,
There's a lot of different possibilities.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the trailer.
yeah, and it looked really cool. But I don't know, because it shows there's the scene that it's showing right now was the cops arrive at this thing, and then one guy hides and he tells the store owner like, hey, you know what to do. And then the cop comes in and is like, hey, have you seen these 3 guys? And the guy's like, nope, I haven't seen anybody. And then it looked like that might be the character or like the family part of that you play. You're also trying to like protect yourself, and then it
Right.
kind of just ends there and goes to like the
Do
next.
you remember
scene.
what game was really hyped up and it just failed? 12 minutes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
did it fail?
Yeah. People, I think, because I read it. Did you guys see why?
No.
So, like, they were saying, like, there was a reveal, and the reveal was, like, the most off-putting thing.
That was the reason why.
That was a big reason why the reception of it, like, on social media
Yeah.
was so poor.
Wow.
But they were like, it had such promise because it had like James McAvoy, William Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, the star-studded like voice acting.
It sounds the game concept was cool as fuck. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
man,
concept
I'm
was
in.
good.
Then I saw the reviews. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
And yeah, well, I still feel like it's like the concept was good. It's just like what were they thinking with some of the story? Because they make it seem like it's like one thing, but then what the crux of it was kind of like that's weird and not in the story way. It's like it kind of took a lot of people out of the story.
I think it's funny because I wonder if they were focused on like doing something crazy, like a twist. Like, what can we do?
It was a shock value.
Yeah,
but, it was
but
just not.
it's like it's also you find out like it's shocking, but like gross too. It's not shocking like
Yeah.
whoa, cool
yeah,
kind of shocking.
It was very much that
Yeah.
vein. They're like,
It's like
no.
whoa, that is shocking, but that's disgusting. I don't want
William Dafoe in the Northman.
exactly like that. Yeah. So that's sucks and that's sad
It's cool, but I mean, like, I hope they get the feedback so that when they approach this again, maybe they do it.
because it was doing well stream wise. Like people were talking about it a lot when it was
12
doing
minutes.
stream. Yeah, when it was getting streamed.
For 12 minutes.
I guess so. Apparently. And then we got the Naraka Blade Points.
Blade the point.
Battle
So
Royale.
this is one that was on PC.
I always see CD. I remember there was a minute where CD the Third was playing this a lot.
I've seen Shroud play it, and he was trying to like really master it. He was playing a character, and he played against someone that was the same character, and he was getting wrecked. He's like, "How the fuck does he do it?" But Shroud was getting better slowly. But I think he's pretty much stopped as well. And then we got Pentiment. And this one, I'm not even sure. I don't remember seeing this one.
Oh, the Grounded?
Oh, it's grounded.
That's the one that you were saying. It's
Honey, I
like the
Shrunk the
bug
Kids.
one.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It's been out forever already.
No, not that one. The
Oh, Pentiment.
yeah, Pentiment. That's the one.
This is like a 2D narrative story game.
Oh, it's probably I just kind of like brushed over it. I don't even remember the damn name. No, yeah, Grounded. I know that one looks interesting, but I never really like tried to get into it. But yeah, that's the one where you play as like miniature people trying to like get back home. Essentially, the concept is cool because like you fight in like normal insects, which to these guys look like giant monsters. And then we got Ereban Shadow Legacy, and this one was it's from what, Baby Robots.
It's a new studio, indie.
Baby Robot Games, because they're just a baby.
Baby.
I'm just a baby.
Looks okay.
Yeah, it looks cool.
This next indie studio though, pretty cool.
This one was strange because they were showcasing a class, and I was like, is this game? And I started seeing more and more. I'm like, oh, I guess they just happened to choose like a necromancer class to make a new game, and then at the end of showing this class, it shows the whole selection, and in that class walks in to complete the selection, Diablo 4, which I'm excited. I've always been a fan of these games. I like how fast paced and how much action these games have. It's really fun.
I'm trying to like with how Immortal was and how it's been.
Yeah.
The feedback of like the
That's
pay.
what I'm worried.
I'm trying to think of like how could they fuck this up? Like almost like go out of their way to shoot their own foot. And I'm like, I could see a way, and it would be like, those are the characters available with the game, but they're locked, and you could either pay to unlock them immediately or earn currency in game.
I don't think that'd be bad, but it depends.
If it's and it's like, or if it's like heavily dependent, like you get this currency, do these.
People
dailies.
do the math, and it's like you got to play for a year to unlock one class. Like, oh shit,
Yeah, like it really unbalanced, and then
or pay $100.
The only thing is, one of the
that.
biggest things with Diablo 3 specifically is they were talking about how players could trade their most valuable stuff on a auction house. And then it turned out with like real money. I made money off of that thing. I Foley made like $200. He found one item, the best rolls, sold it.
Crypto.
And it became a huge thing. But then after some amount of time, it became so saturated that like these weapons, I think literally Blizzard just canceled the whole auction thing.
They did. Yeah, I think it was with the time of the update.
Yeah.
There was the patch that came out that overhauled the whole system and removed it. The same time that first big, like when the Crusader and the new expansion had come out, the first new expansion.
Yeah.
That was when it became great. It was like, oh, sweet, it's good. Like they fixed the things. They added the rifts, the greater rifts.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind them doing the same thing, but not using real money. But honestly, it makes it like I as a developer standpoint, it makes sense to do it because they were taking a percentage of all the profits through the auction house for themselves.
Don't do it.
So it's like, why would you go any other route if you're able to do that still?
What if they went? I mean, you pay for the base game, but they went Battle Pass.
They have that
$10
pretty much.
No.
Maybe for skins, like when it's a
Yeah,
season,
yeah.
that shit fine. But let me just play as all the classes.
They don't have like a battle pass per se, but they have a they have like new seasons.
Yeah.
And you can pay to unlock like rare items automatically during that season. It's like $10 and you get like a special portrait that you can put around your character's profile, like, and everyone can see that.
That's fine.
Special like wings that you can add as a cosmetic, and then like a special pet. And any pet, you get one for free, but all these pets they'll grab the item, all the gold free on the ground.
Yeah.
So you'll never miss like
I
gold.
don't care about that. They could put as much money into that. It's like when it's like you can't play.
Yeah,
the
unless
stuff
you pay.
That we're
Gotcha.
like as your game.
So cosmetics, fine.
Do whatever the hell you want.
And then next we got Sea of Thieves, season 7.
Still going.
Still going strong.
That's
There's
crazy.
There's an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's his face?
Jay.
No. One of
Jay
the
plays
streamers.
Yeah.
One of the
Summit?
Yeah, Summit 1G.
Oh yeah.
He will occasionally play it. When he plays it, he gets really into it. Yeah, it's crazy. And then we have
And it's gonna be free.
Damn.
well, not
Or no, the update's coming.
The
free.
update,
Sorry.
yeah, the
I
update.
looked at this end thumbnail.
And then we got Ravenlock, dark narrative action game.
Okay. Kind of kidsy.
Yeah, kind of kidsy. And then this one looked interesting. Cocoon.
Ooh, from the makers of Inside.
Yeah, the creators of Limbo and Inside.
Not both of them, because it's not the creators. It's because they split. One of those creators made a new company that's doing Somerville. Do you guys remember that one?
Yeah. You
The other
you
one
have it
is
on your
doing
thing,
this
don't you?
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that one. But yeah, this is the
So
other one.
a creator of Limbo and Inside, to be precise.
Let's go.
But it looks super interesting. I'm excited. And I think this was
Went a very different direction than the other guy. The other guy went like the dark route. This guy went back to like. Yeah, this looks cool.
But I think this looks like it could have like those crazy twists the way Inside did.
I don't know. Look at that gameplay right there.
Yeah.
What if at the halfway point it just turns
Yeah.
all dark, black and white?
Yeah.
Tentacles. Okay, wait. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Possibly.
The fact that you come out of
I like those.
a cocoon egg thing.
Yeah.
And then the last one
Painful.
is Wulong. And this one
Let's go.
This one looks cool. I'm interested. I mean, from the what was it? The creators
I'm
of
looking it up.
Nio, Maximilian, a game set in the Han Dynasty. It's always the sound. Always the sound.
Yeah, because it's Team Ninja.
Yeah.
But the thing that I was looking up was, so one of the gentlemen is the development producer Masaki Yamagiwa. Was one of the people who helped publish Bloodborne.
Oh, okay.
So it was, I don't know, in the production side.
I need to see more gameplay though.
Yeah.
Like this was more like cinematic stuff. Once I see gameplay and how it looks like it handles, maybe I'll be more excited.
China's Three Kingdom period. That's where it's at.
And then they did a couple more announcements. They announced 3 games from Persona
Oh,
Just-
yeah,
yeah,
that was a
they're-
big one.
coming
Yeah.
to Xbox and PC. But then
It-
PlayStation did
shit.
it too.
No, well, yeah, it got announced here, but it's saying that it was coming to Steam and to PlayStation as well, not Switch.
I know, right? Shit.
They had, you remember the Nibel?
Yeah, the fake
The
one.
fake, there was a fake Persona 5 on Switch trailer,
Oh,
and I was like,
shit.
and then I'm like, wait a second. I look at the account, I'm like, that
Fake
looks
out-
weird.
fake
verified.
eye.
And I
And then
click
you-
it, and I'm like,
Click the replies and it's like, that's bait. It shows the.
no, a lot of people were falling for it, and I was like, oh wait, is it? And I didn't believe it, and then I went to the account, and like under one specific area it says fake account.
That's funny.
But it's cool.
And then
The whole library.
Kojima Productions announced working on a new game with Microsoft. So first Sony, now Microsoft. Do you think after this, Nintendo?
Gabe. He's going to work with Gabe on a VR game.
Could be. Finally, Half-Life 3.
That's the biggest news for me, Kojima.
Kojima's thing?
But I kind of saw it coming.
But it's like
From a while back.
so vague. It's literally,
That he's
I'm working on a new game. That's it. That's literally it.
Well, what's crazy is that it was confirmed by, like, what's his name? Norman Reedus, that they're working on Death Stranding 2.
Yep.
So the fact they're doing that, and then whatever this is.
Oh,
I think
shit.
it's with the Fragile Girl, Leah Sadu.
Okay.
She's a star of it, and I think it's a horror game.
I know he's been interested.
his version of Silent Hill
I think it'll be something different.
gets Guillermo del Toro.
Mads Mikkelsen.
But I mean, it was a weird announcement.
Yeah.
It was just like, "Hi, I'm working on
making a-
something." Yeah, but I mean, that's good enough, dude.
Imagine-
for me, I was like,
Imagine if a game conference was literally all of the like the most high profile game developers. I'm making a game. Next to you. Suda. I'm making a game. What about you? Corey Balrog. Me too. I'm making a game.
Making a game
Neil Druckmann. Making 2 games.
and a movie. Shit.
but Kojima's like one of those dudes that just. I think no one else can do that. The game developer, maybe Shigeru Miyamoto, maybe, but I think anyone else, I wouldn't get hyped. Like,
But like I feel like okay, it's cool to see him. Like that was the big tree. It's like, oh, I haven't seen him in a while. It's good to see him. It was less about the idea. I'm like, of course you're like you have a new studio. You're
Yeah.
making a game. Like I figured that, but like what that is, I feel like if it would have been cool if he just maybe shared, like even if it was a trailer or if like some random cinematic, or he shared an idea. Like, I kind of was bothered by the whole, like, I'm making a game.
Yeah.
Like, that's what everyone here is doing. I don't know. That was...
Do a Metro Prime 4.
Obviously, the
Here's a
announcement,
title.
5 years later.
the major announcement is the fact that he's doing a game with Microsoft.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
that's-
shocking.
That's the biggest thing. But yeah, it's like, bro, don't tell me you're just making a game.
What-
Give me like a title name. Give
And
me maybe, you know.
Given his record, and this is where I think it's more fun, with at least with what little we have, is he said something along the lines of something unique about the Xbox cloud system or whatever is making this possible. I'm like, oh, you know how he talked about how Death Stranding wanted to be a unique experience and something different. Will he tap into something that's unique to Xbox to make that game?
He's gonna do a thing where wherever you play the game, it'll recognize you're in a new location, so you spawn in a new location when you're playing.
I'm playing on this.
So yeah,
on the TV.
Yeah.
Versus the computer.
Or like, let's say, you play like on your phone, but like at work, and you're doing like the whole like remote play through Xbox.
He's making the
like,
new Pokemon
Oh,
Go.
you're at your workplace. Well, I mean, it won't know you're at work,
No,
but
I
it's
know, I
just
know.
different from where
Yeah.
you're normally at. So you just wake up in a new area when you're starting to play the game again. And then the last major one is Starfield. They showed more information on the game. They had gameplay, and semi-disappointed because it looks like No Man's Sky, and that's one of the biggest memes going on right now, is people are comparing screenshots of No Man's Sky versus Starfield. But
Why
then,
is that a disappointment, though?
because it's...
For you, at least.
Well...
I thought you're not supposed to compare game.
No, I know. No, well, I'm not like completely. It's just that part is like it's been done, you know, and not to say that it's been done a million times, but it's not special. Like the way they were showing how to, you know, gather the materials, how you fly around, stuff like that. My biggest thing though is they show like cities, and this is something that No Man's Sky doesn't have, like fully like. Living cities. I don't know how far they're gonna get in depth with that. They could just be like regular NPCs, but if it's anywhere near the way like Grand Theft Auto is, where like you can follow someone and they have like a full life routine, that'd be really cool. But that's what I'm excited for, is how vast that game is, and the graphics for it, because the better the graphics, it just feels a little more like cool to do things, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Did you have any thoughts on Starfield?
I could care less. I
Yeah?
mean, it's either going to be good or bad.
yeah.
Well, were you ever big on Skyrim or Fallout?
I never played any of them.
Okay.
So, I mean, the one I was hyped for was Cyberpunk, and whew, that had
it's better
potential.
now.
It looked fucking sick.
It's better now.
That's what this could be for me.
Okay.
But I don't see. I never played the game, so I don't know how they're like. So I can't
Yeah.
judge it.
Yeah, whatever their repertoire and stuff is.
I think it's just like Skyrim and space.
Yeah.
That's what I would compare it to, but I don't know how that plays.
So yeah, I mean I like Fallout. I think it is a No Man's Sky, but I don't necessarily see it's almost like Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring have a similar, like Elden Ring is like Breath of the Wild, but
Yeah.
I say that as a compliment. Whereas I understand for you that's more of a negative connotation for this and No Man's Sky, but I'm like, well, I know Bethesda has a style. I know that they may do certain things one way, but then focus on other things. Like I'm hoping their main story quest, there's more interesting elements than what No Man's Sky, which is very little. From
No,
what I
but
understand.
100% agree. Like I would say, like just for like help like people visualize, No Man's Sky is similar to like Breath of the Wild, the way that this game could possibly be the way Elden Ring is, where it's like it's just a much more well-defined game. But the only thing I'm worried about is the way that they dropped the ball with like Fallout 76, you know, and I just like, so now it's like they got to rebuild that trust. So I'm like, I'm worried, and I need to see obviously more of this game to really be more excited about.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just like there's just these comparisons. Like it's just you can't not look at them for a lot of people because it just they look so similar. The way they were using like the laser guns, how you kind of
No, yeah,
travel
the
on the
comparison
outside. Yeah,
videos were very.
and it's like there's no way you can't compare it. Like it looks almost near like identical. So it's what sucks is like this whole new game that hadn't like it's always been under a veil, and now they show you like fuck, it's exactly like this other game that's already been out. It's not doing anything specifically special, but if it does it better, then yeah, it'll be a lot good. So we'll
Question: would you put it on your list if it came out this year? If you had space,
I would.
Metacritic.
Didn't I try?
The critic will be good.
Did I try this year? Or did I do the other one?
I think you weren't sure, or maybe I don't know.
I think I did on the last one.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be against putting it on my list. It'd be one of the top ones I consider. But I don't. I think if it was going back to the start of the year, I don't know.
Man, imagine if we played during Cyberpunk. Someone would have picked that shit up. Woo! It would have been me. Shit, right? Fuck.
It didn't get extremely bad. Well, did it? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't like keep track of this stuff.
Shit. 76?
Yeah, see?
6 points.
Yeah.
It's not negative 11 points.
But I think you would have been like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That would have been a
90.
top 3-2 pick.
I gave up Horizon for this shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that would have burned worse.
But yeah, so for me, the biggest ones were Starfield with its like possible potential, but still skeptical, and the Flintlock game I was excited for too.
Kojima.
Yeah, but it's still so far out, dude. Like I can't be excited for that because it's so far out.
It's Kojima.
Kojima based.
It's Kojima.
Go to the
Yeah,
next
I Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah.
that was solid. Yeah, I'm going. So for my topic, it was pretty much like what, not so much a rundown of everything, but like what stood out to you in terms of other games being showcased. There was like the Summer of Keeley, the intro to that. There was Devolver had a thing
that got announced today.
There was the Square Enix thing today. There was Capcom's showcase the other day. State of Play we were speculating on. What were just like I want to talk about like a few things that maybe were standouts for you guys.
While you start, I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay. Jang, did anything?
You already know. The game I replayed the most. 50 plus New Game Plus runs. Resident Evil Forever. Easy. Even though I haven't played Resident Evil 3 Remake. I did play Part 2 Remake.
Yeah.
And didn't beat it. But I hope the people who are working on 2 are working on 4. And I hope... Because 4 is a departure from the other Resident Evil. It's not really horror. It's more action-based.
Yeah.
I hope they do a mix of both. And I hope they keep the campiness. Yeah, I love it. Resident Evil 4, Forever. 50 New Game Plus run. Second game I played the most is... We'll talk about later, but it was announced. A remake of it was announced as well.
Okay. Yeah, that was a huge... Well, I think people were like hoping for something about it, but like, yeah, they showed the trailer. They showed everything about it.
I mean, it's been rumored for a while.
Yeah.
They've always been talking about it. So
Capcom's got a lot of things going. And like I think in that same vein, it was kind of cool to see the updates finally coming for the 8.
Mm-hmm.
And like the third person mode. Like when they I initially was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, this makes me like miss Resident Evil 4 even more because I liked Resident Evil 4's layout, like the over the shoulder kind of third person. I'm like,
dude, 4's like other game have New Game Plus, but it's not replayable. 4, the secret weapons make it replayable.
yeah.
It's just like so fun to use.
I played 5 so much because of that same reason. They had the same model, and I was like, I gotta redo this level. Now I get infinite ammo with a Magnum or a rocket launcher.
Did 4 have Mega Man?
No, they had this like laser gun though.
Okay.
Plagas remover, PRL 400 something.
I think one of the trailers that it wasn't necessarily a hype, but it was more of like, oh, that'd be like I didn't even think. I'm like, there might be a chance. Was with the Sunbreak trailer. I was like, okay, it's just more Monster Hunter, more monsters, new spaces, maybe some new mechanics. But when they showed Gore Magala, Like, it just brought memories back of 4 Ultimate, and I'm like, I want guild runs again. Like, maybe they introduce a new end game with Sunbreak besides that horde mode thing, and they kind of entwine some of guild run elements.
The thing I'm worried is because they have like a pattern of with the more recent stuff. Like World had the game, and then they had like small updates, and then a huge expansion, being Iceborne.
Yeah.
And then this one, same thing. It's the game. The base game's been out. They had a couple of little things come in, and now they have an expansion. So I'm worried that like that's it for that game, and then next thing you know, they'll announce like a whole new game after.
Well, for the next few months, they've already said this trailer comes out. This game comes out at the end of June. They said Lucent Nargacuga and some other 3 or 4 species of monsters are coming out in August. And then in fall, there's another subspecies series of monsters coming out. And then in winter, there's another series of updates coming out. And then they have a roadmap now. And it says there's going to be more through 2023. I just hope it's not just like, here's another monster variant.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe, I don't know, some other things, possibly.
Like Lag Acres.
Possibly. That'd be cool. Enter the new year. So it wasn't like a big moment for me. It was more like, it kind of made me think like, oh, if Gore Magala's back, does that mean they're going to maybe show like other people come back or other aspects of that game come back?
Yeah.
Because I did like guild runs. Did you have any?
So I have a huge number 1, but I'll keep that one until the end because I know none of y'all are going to say it. And I want to keep it as the last one. But Final Fantasy 16?
They ended the state of play.
Yeah. And that one, ooh, it looks good overall. Everything looks good in that thing. Very nice. Very nice. I'm super excited. I mean, I've always been a fan of the Final Fantasy stuff, and they did good with like the Final Fantasy 15. I never finished it.
Yeah.
But like they try to do a lot with it. They had like a whole like
they were going for that boy band vibe.
Yeah, but
which was fine.
Like they had a movie come out for it. They had an anime come out for it. Comic book come out for it. They had like a small game version come out for it called
Kingsglaive.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a lot going on. So I played the game, and then the reason I even stopped playing the game, I got too into the fishing. They had a small fishing stuff with it, and I got so enthralled with it. Like I played, I think like a month, just the fishing, and I was like, I gotta stop playing this shit. I'm never gonna finish the game apparently. So I think I want to.
Did you
go
ever
back
play
to it.
Dark Cloud 2?
That sounds familiar.
There was a golf mini game.
I played Dark Cloud 1.
That golf mini game was dangerous, man. Oh my god.
Sheesh. You said golf minigame?
Yeah. God, it was so bad.
Damn, I realized I never played Dark Cloud 2. Dark Cloud 1
now on the PlayStation Plus Premium
with trophies.
Dark Cloud 1, their biggest thing was they had unlimited size dungeons. It just, you kept going down. Like you would go to next level. So you can go like past
That's
99.
Like Stardew Valley.
But it was like, I was like, why the fuck is there no
hype.
end to this shit?
Dude, this is so good, dude.
What the hell?
It's so good, man. Holy shit.
Damn. Oh no, it's not you. It was Roberto. He recently started playing all of the Final Fantasy games.
yeah,
7, 8.
Yeah, you were
Where's he
telling
at
us.
now?
I think he's still on 8. Well, last time I talked to him, but he
going
was
in chronological order.
Well, with the like starting from 7, so 7, 8. He's very hectic.
Wait, how do you skip?
Because I think that's what he's already owned.
Okay. I mean, at least play. You could skip 1, 2, 3. You need to play 4
for
and
Switch.
6.
You need to play Tactics.
For Switch because it has
that too.
He's playing them on Switch because they have the like the whole fast forward ability, and
Yeah,
you
I
can
remember
turn
you
on
telling
like God mode.
Yeah.
But he's playing 8, and I think that one might take longer because he's really into the card game.
Oh,
He's really into the card game.
Really addicting.
Yeah, it's really good.
Whoosh.
Really good.
I think it's the best mini game out of every game.
I don't know. I played it like recently, but it sucks starting out because you're limited on the cards, and some characters like they're OP with who they have. So
Yeah,
there's like
but
a
that's how you
specific
beat 'em.
route.
That's how you beat them.
Yeah, you just keep playing over and over and over. A
But no,
sealed
the thing I
copy.
hate
No,
is
not
Black
sealed.
Label.
That's sealed.
The thing I hate about the card game in Final
No,
Fantasy
that's
VIII.
sealed. No, I know. Like you bought it and like it's in its own.
This is
seal.
what I hate about the card game in Final Fantasy VIII. Imagine if me and you were playing. You play Magic your whole life, and I play against you, and I start changing the rules. No, we gotta play like this.
Go defensive.
That's what I hate about the card game in Final Fantasy VIII. Different regions, and no, we play it like this. Like what the fuck?
So you skip all the games, just go straight to
Yeah,
Final
he needs to
Fantasy.
play Tactics for sure.
Mhm.
I
There's
think
no God mode.
I think it has one of the best stories.
But it's also not available on Switch.
Don't care.
That's
Tell
no
them to figure it
excuse.
out. Yeah, tell
that's
them to
no-
figure that shit out.
6? That's no excuse, dude. It's pixel perfect on the PC. No
That
excuse.
TikTok you shared.
Oh.
But yeah, that was mine. Final Fantasy 16.
16. Yeah, I'm excited. I know one of the individuals that was involved in the creative process for Nier Automata is involved with this.
Oh,
Part
shit.
of the game design. So that made me even more excited. And like watching the trailer, I was like,
So we're gonna get to see boobs and ass.
of
Yeah,
course.
that doesn't make any sense to me. Like I'm gonna play all the Final Fantasies, but not only from starting from 7. That does not make any fucking
Being
sense.
called out, Roberto.
No, it doesn't make any sense to me.
He didn't say from the beginning. He just started at 7, has gone to 8.
Defend yourself.
He didn't say he was gonna go from the beginning. So
No, don't try to defend him.
I'm gonna play Warcraft, but I'm gonna start from 3.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's literally.
I mean, that's
perfect.
where the story, but still, it's
There's no cohesive stories like that break through the games. It's like it's all encased in its own game.
I'm gonna play Diablo 3, but I'm gonna start from 3.
Perfect.
There's this shit in 1 and 2 that happens.
So,
Yeah, but you don't want to go back to 1. 2, yes. 1, no.
I could start with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
There's the story's like help. Monsters are attacking the
Final
village.
Fantasy. No, I'm kidding. All of the villages matter. Okay.
Shit.
Did you have another one?
Mine came from it's an indie game, and Devolver Digital.
Okay.
The Plucky Squire. That's the book one, where it looks like a book, and then you play through it, and it becomes.
Oh,
like
you
3D.
can jump out. Yeah, that, like sick.
I'll pull it up. Yeah, that
Very-
I like the design of that one.
Very impressed.
Starts off like a kid's book.
Very impressed.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, and
The
then
animation.
The design of that was really, and it looks like you can see the texture of the page too.
Mhm.
It's just nuts.
detail. So it's cool because it looks already really good, and then all of a sudden they hop on. I'm like, what the fuck?
The badger, that part is like Punch Out.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
damn.
And then it goes. It's like
And then here it is.
multi-genre.
Swoop.
No wait, boom.
Damn. So when does this game come out?
2023.
It's too far out.
No, it's perfect.
I've already lost interest.
Sometime in 2023.
I already lost interest. I'm sorry.
Just wishlist it. It's coming out on everything.
It's too late. I lost. I forgot. What's the name? I don't remember. You have
I'm just
another?
gonna talk about the next one. I'm excited about this. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Rebirth. So we were talking about what the next name will be. So
Yeah,
they
they-
have
they
remake,
said the three.
rebirth. Yeah. So we find out. We also find out with this announcement that it's a trilogy.
Yeah.
So end with a third one. But yeah, the names were remake, rebirth, and then we're wondering what do you think the last one will be?
Resurgence
Okay, that's a good. I like that
or
one.
Revenge.
Ooh. Okay. I'm leaning more towards Resurgence. What did
I
you
forgot what I said. I said reborn, but rebirth and reborn are like the same shit.
No birth. Now you're born. I was thinking Requiem, but even though it's not re again, but it's
Yeah.
like still re.
R-E, yeah, R-E.
It's just pronounced re.
Requiem.
Requiem.
What if it's just
Yeah. No, I think it looked great. Like what they showed, like they did the cinematic stuff, but they showed what looked like actual gameplay of like
Yeah.
Cloud and Sephiroth walking.
You know, I was right. It's gonna be a 3-part game.
I'm gonna laugh if they go like a cheap route and they just like Final Fantasy redo.
I think there's still a possibility when they reveal the third one, it's not just 3, and it splits into 2, part 1 and part 2.
Part 1 and part 2.
So I'm trying to think story beat wise where it would end the second one.
I think the second one will
Eris's
make it.
death. That's probably what
We'll make it. Yeah, you'll get the casino in this one.
Eris's death. It just.
We'll but this one's gonna be meaty as fuck because it's literally the outside open world at this point. Meaty as fuck. But we should get the anaconda. We get chocobos. We get the prisoner area, which is the bottom of the gold saucer, and then we get gold saucer, which is the casino. We get the village, the home birthplace of technically Cloud, Zach. I wonder if we'll get Vincent.
They're not gonna unlock all the characters.
You don't think so?
For the second one? No.
You know what they're gonna do? You'll play the whole game without knowing it, and then fucking another
interlude.
Yeah, another interlude, and it'll be like introducing Vincent. So
I mean, this whole event was Final Fantasy VII. They did Crisis Core remake.
Yeah.
They did they're milking the tea.
I would say literally all that.
Yeah.
Like specifically, they're redoing Crisis Core called Crisis Core Reunion.
Yeah.
That I'm excited for that one.
It reminds me of be careful what you wish for, because people were asking for 7 remake, and they're like, all right, we're gonna make you pay $70 each
and 30
game.
years of your life.
$210. No, but what is it?
They're like, Last of Us wants to come back. Hold our beer.
Which is funny because like way back before obviously anything like Final Fantasy remake related was announced, the guy would talk about like we hear you, like we know you guys want Final Fantasy VII redone, but like we want to make new things or whatever. And I think the guy was just fucking sick and tired. So he's like, you know what? Let's fucking do it. Let's take our sweet ass fucking time. Let's charge them up the ass for this shit. And he was hoping they'll be like, oh, fuck this. And now everyone's like,
what's funny to me
lapping
is
this up.
You look at Final Fantasy VII as a product, and it's like, look at how amazing and like globally recognized that one is. And you look at like any of the other numbers, and they're like, what about me? What about me?
What about me?
Any of the other ones. Like, can I get a port? Can I at least get a port?
I mean, give it credit. 10 and 13 had sequels. No other Final Fantasy 7 was the first one to get sequels.
But I mean, like, to the level of this, like, this the grandest level this is getting.
If they do anything with any other game, what I want is them they should make a game with all mini games. A game that like it's you can play all the games in that one game. You can play Blitzball, Triad. You can play fucking.
Don't give them ideas.
I want this to get the Final Fantasy VII treatment.
It'll be like the Capcom Fighting Evolution, all the mini games.
Bro, I would, because I love Blitzball. I love the
play the card
Triad.
game.
Yeah, Triad. And then what else is it? Does 8 have, or not 8? 9 have minigame or anything?
I never played 9. They have like a Chocobo treasure hunting thing. I remember.
Yeah, well, all of them have like a racing Chocobo game.
It's like a treasure hunting mini game.
There should be one where you're just dodging lightning bolts.
7 had like all the mini games
that one's
within
not that bad, though. It's like one of the easier ones.
No, but like make it like crazy.
What's funny is 7 has Gold Saucer, which is a casino area, and they had mini games in that one, and that is in the online Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, they have like there's a casino area in that all multiplayer game, and you can play against other people, and the best person will get like the most points, and you can save up those points to buy really rare or like unique cosmetic stuff. And that's how I had to do that to buy the Final Fantasy 15 car within the online game. So I own it in my character, and it's a car that once you get the ability to fly, you can fly in that car, and you can carry people with you.
Okay. So, yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, all of it.
Rebirth. Hey, Barry.
And then I had another one. What else did I have? I can't remember, so I'll go with my number 1. Dragon Dogmas 2. Shit.
Dos.
Oh my god.
10-year anniversary.
But it was such
We're
a
making a
cheese.
game.
It's literally like they were doing like what
At least it wasn't Kojima stuff.
they were doing
had
the
something.
was it the 10th or the 25th anniversary?
10th anniversary.
10th anniversary. So they're reminiscing on the game and how they did this stuff. And then like they all get up and like, and we have one more announcement. They take off their shirt.
We're
and
getting
naked. And yeah, it's
Nipples.
Dragon Ball Dogma's tune. It's just an
He should have
announcement.
just had a fake tattoo. Like, just take off the shirt.
But I think what would have been really cool is if so once they announce it, it goes back to showing old school gameplay, and then it changes into like the RE4 engine gameplay of the new game.
Maybe they don't have gameplay.
I mean, I'm assuming that's the case, but it's too early of an announcement. I mean, I love it, but
5 years. Metroid Prime 4.
shit,
Fans be hurting. For squirting.
Yeah. Big time.
insane.
What is this game? Just pro strats.
Elden Ring.
I'm telling you, man. What's funny is this is similar to the way like I play like Skyrim, where you want to go one route and then you always end up going assassin, dude. The blades, because you attack so fast, you stagger.
He just did like a dual blades barrage.
and a bow. Like you focus on those two things and that's it. Because the bow lets you fight some of the bigger monsters a lot easier. But then you can also do sword and board, and what's cool is that gives you an ability where you can knock on your board and it'll attract the monsters, so like they'll attack you rather than your teammates.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
I'm telling you, if you guys like Elden Ring, you should play that game.
I played Sekiro.
It's better than that. Better. I'm probably gonna play that game again.
Sekiro?
No,
Oh,
Dragon's Dogma.
Just play Sekiro.
No, it's not the same.
It's not.
It's never
better.
the same.
Do you have any more?
Yes. State of Play. PlayStation. Which was done very well. Indestructible. There was a song for a game.
The Hulk.
The fourth one. Street Fighter
Oh, yeah.
6. Let's effing go. Ken is washed up. And then it was funny because
So sad.
all these leaks happened, and it was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm like, yeah. You keep it coming. Keep it coming. They leaked the fucking character roster.
The full roster, yeah.
And the thing I'm not too happy about is they're probably going to release a 70% done game, or they're going to release characters.
Yeah,
slowly.
it's what they've done with 6.
Of
like,
course.
even
course.
now
Like
they're
five.
still
Mortal
releasing
Kombat.
or
Mortal
5.
Kombat does it.
They're still releasing fucking characters in 5.
Yeah.
It's
So
ridiculous.
Well, the
That's-
character part I can see, but have like,
So what I'm going to do is I will buy the first one, and then I'll buy the very last one.
okay.
All I know is when I bought 5, I bought the PlayStation 4 version with like a season pass.
Yes.
And the season pass does not cover every fucking character.
No, there's multiple seasons.
Yeah, fuck yeah, there is.
And
I paid. It was like $80 or some shit like that.
I really want to get good at this Street Fighter.
Let's
It
do
looks
it.
very heavy.
I'm afraid because I
No.
say that every time, and then I like
It's
I
on the
don't.
record.
I want to get really good into Street Fighter.
Okay, I'll add on to it. I'll get.
Money
I'll
match?
I'll try, no, not betting. I'm gonna try to get good on this one, but my main focus is gonna be the right one.
But they have a simple mode, which is limited.
A modern mode.
It's limited to what it does.
So it's like Marvel vs. Capcom, where you hit any button and fucking combos.
Well, no,
up the,
so
up there.
I watched Maximilian Dude talking about it. Unicorn Rainbow Ship is evaluating our fighting game skills right now. She's pro fighting game aficionado. So the modern mode is a more simplified version. I'm going to try and find it here.
But it's like limited. Something about
It is very limited. It's like you can't combo up doing crazy things. It's like you could do Hadouken super easy. You could do Satsuken super easy, but you can't do chain ups, cancels, all that kind of stuff. So it's like on one hand, it is more like, oh, I feel like I can do a lot more out the gate, but it doesn't let you go to the full capability, which is cool because I feel like at least it gets you being like, I want to stay longer. When like you're someone who wants to like, I like Zangief, but I don't know how to play, and I don't know how. Like for me, Guile, I could never get like consistently the forward back thing. I was always off with that. I was just like, why is my character just like doing this over and over again?
Yeah, hold it for an extra second, holding back.
Yeah. But
I want to use controller,
okay.
not stick.
Stick.
I would, but the thing is, with controller, I've gotten better at it with controller, But the more you play, the more fucked up your thumb gets, dude. Because hitting those D-pad fucking moves, dude,
Well, you can use
you get
you
fucking
can use the analog.
You
You
get
don't have,
burned.
you don't have to
dude.
use the D-pad.
You get some fucking
Yeah.
burns.
Well, would you use the one that's like the fight pad where it's like the 6 buttons or what?
Damn, I should.
Mm.
Because I hate using the shoulder buttons. Yeah, I should use the fight pad, but I wish the fight pad had an analog because I do use both.
Oh, really?
I switch, and sometimes I do claw.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's very dependent on certain moves and stuff. But
Try-
I want to
oh.
use Ken because I
Ken?
feel bad for him, man. Like holy shit, this guy's life's just so fucked up. And
Yeah, they have a new system called Drive System. The drive gauge is like.
Oh no, I take that back. I want to use that drunken master guy.
Oh right, yeah, you were talking about
Jamie?
Jamie, yeah.
So there's modern and classic, and like people were like looking at like how the command list would look. All the emotes. So this is the modern. Yeah, so modern would be like light attack, medium attack. So Hadouken would just be one button
And what does it come out? When does it come out?
next year.
It's soon. It looks like they
Like
have a build.
the beginning.
Well,
of
so when I again watching Maximilian Dude, he was talking about it. He's like, I played against developers. They mostly had us play CPUs. So
Wait,
whenever
he played this game already?
Yeah,
he-
a lot of
they
people
had
have
like an
played.
E3
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley's thing, and he's like, I literally just was there, and whenever people wanted to play against each other, they were just like, does anyone want to join me? And he just joined in,
Yeah.
and they were getting player versus player stuff, and he shared a lot of his feedback on that from a competitive
And
standpoint.
it was good for him?
He thought, yeah, he was like, there's really cool opportunities here. They're like going back to certain other.
They said the parry is easy. That's what I
Well, they
heard.
said it's like there's certain things with the parry that I didn't remember exactly what he said, but he said something about the pairing in supers and like being able to more functionality there, and it was reminiscent of some older, like maybe 3 alpha, in some ways. I don't know in what ways. He was very descriptive. That I was like, oh, this is a good insight, but I'll try and pull it up. But
There's taunts now,
yeah,
and one of the guys, Hadouken, Hadouken, Hadouken.
I'm assuming a character that can't do it, and he just like...
I don't know if he can or not. I don't know if he has a fireball.
no, I think it could be Ken. It could have been maybe Ken just like being like, eh.
No, it was one of the newer guys. that
Oh,
was doing
okay.
it.
The
Yeah.
the
Before the
American guy?
match, you can press a button and I guess taunt or something.
Right.
I think that's always good enough.
And then it's got like real time commentary, which I'm like, I don't understand. They have like 2 guys that are always at Evos and stuff, Pro Tour commentators.
Interesting.
And they showed, and it's hard to tell watching it, but he's like, when Maximilian Dude was playing, he's like, yeah, we had to turn it off because we were playing so much of it that day that we're like, it's cool, but I'm trying to record some footage, that kind of stuff. Aru is the Japanese commentator, and Vicious is the English commentator.
Interesting.
Both lifelong fans of the series. They've been like commentating for the game for a while. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'd be down to like get better in practice too, because it's always like the Street Fighter games are fun, but like I never stick with them. But if it's good, yeah. The rosters seem cool from the leaks.
I didn't look it up. I didn't see this.
Those leaked roster.
All I know is those main characters they showed.
I mean, using Ken,
Luke.
I feel like Ken's definitely not a top tier character.
I feel like Chun-Li's a top tier.
Oh yeah.
They were saying, oh, that's what Maximilian did. He's like,
Yeah.
she hasn't felt this good since Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I feel like Chun-Li has always been a top tier character.
Not in 5. There was one of the when we were at PSX one year. I remember there was a girl playing, and she was in the top 4 in that tournament, in the Pro Cup tournament. And the commentators like, this character has been nerfed over and over again, and it's like it's amazing to see her get this far with how they've done with this character.
With a nerf character.
Like
With a C-list character.
That's true. I mean,
But it's
Nash
ebbed and
was
flowed.
top tier, and then they nerfed his ass. to
Yeah, because he
oblivion.
was strong as fuck, dude.
He had legs, and he had
And
distance,
hair?
control.
It's the fact that he had hair. Do we have any other games?
I was just pulling up the Street Fighter
Damn, we can
comments.
go all night with Street Fighter shit.
It was cool. I was excited about this too. Just seeing as much as we did.
You're playing a dangerous game. You're gonna search up a certain letter and then boom, wham.
that's the chat. Let me see. Tweets.
Kyle looked funky.
Spoilers.
Kyle looked very funky.
He's got that. He's a family man now.
Oh my god, grew out the fucking beard. And
Spoilers. Yeah, he played a lot of the devs.
Did he beat them though?
Ron edited.
Was he better than them?
He is a daddy, Guile, says Unicorn Membership. So, like, certain things with the modern moves is how much more it takes from, like, your drive or your gauge or whatever. It's more expensive to do certain things. And then he said something. He had some, like, interesting comments. Okay. Combos seem somewhat limited compared to SF4, SF5. However, the way everything is constructed is much more different in 6. And our perspective is from older games. I like to think this will open up later. Yeah, one of the things he said was when he was Chun-Li, he's like, when from a certain kick, he's like, every time I went from that move to 5 other options, I got 5 other combinations going. Like, it was much more opening in that way. So, anyway, won't go too much more into Street Fighter, but it was really cool. I agree.
Yeah.
That was a big one. I think I just had one more. Trying to remember.
Their Silk Song, which you already announced.
Yeah, I mean, I was just excited that they finally confirmed it.
Yeah.
I knew it was in the works, but it was like I wanted a date. That would have like sold it for me. I don't care when that date was, but I would have wanted a date. There's a State of Play, Square Enix, Capcom,
Microsoft.
I think that was it. Yeah, nothing else like wowed me really.
Yeah.
I don't think like Street Fighter seeing more of that was really cool. Resident Evil 4 seeing that. Resident Evil 8 seeing like third person mode come in, which was really cool. And then everything we talked about Final Fantasy was cool. So I think the only thing that I would have wanted was the remake or something.
Do you think we will ever get it?
Yeah. I think one
it's
day.
been rumored. It's like the Resident Evil 4. It's been rumored.
Some big false hope.
I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2 happened, so anything's possible.
But it's like a game that's a million times better.
What?
Million. Plus one.
I like Kojima's announcement, even though it's, I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Shit. It might make me get Game Pass.
The thing is, if it's
That's
a
the
horror
whole
game,
point of Xbox. They're trying to get people to get.
No, but okay. I feel like it would get you to get you could get the game without getting Game Pass.
That's true too. Yeah.
So
Either or
Yeah.
they win.
Yeah.
Either or they win.
Because to me, Game Pass is like your recurring
Yeah.
kind of thing.
one they win, one they barely win.
I feel like since it's cloud based, I'm gonna have to have a subscription. So that's how they're gonna win.
So Game Pass is separate from
Yeah,
online.
right.
Yeah, their online thing. I will say the other thing that I was kind of like, I remember talking about it briefly was they announced during the Xbox showcase that they're partnering with LG to just have Xbox Cloud or Game Pass built in as an app.
It's dangerous.
And I'm like, it's on one hand it's great because it's just intuitive. It's like it's just one of the apps you'll see on this TV. And like that way, it's easier for people to just get into the gaming and think less about having a console for it, unless you really are like a niche, like you're into the hardware stuff. But I remember because I was talking about like, oh, what if we had like Sony instead in the future was like, oh, just you buy a Sony TV and you would just have upgrade modules to like either have on the back of it or connect or whatever. The other side of it makes me think like. The thing that I always think about with games and games hardware is, come holiday, you want a Switch, you want an Xbox, you want a PlayStation. Kids aren't going to be asking, Mom, I want the LG 4.2 model TV. Like
streaming TV.
Depends. If the parents like, oh, we need a new TV, and the kid's like, oh, like we can't buy an Xbox. He won't let me. Dad, we should buy this TV.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like the conversation is going to then shift to just being like, Mom, can I just have a subscription to Game Pass or whatever? And I'm like, that's cool, but like when you won't have your N64 moment or whatever, and like there's something that's still kind of cool with that.
Kids have it good, man. They
Yeah,
got
yeah,
free
they
to
do.
play fucking AAA games. We had Newgrounds shitty ass.
But
No, they're not
it's the
stick
thing.
figures.
It's the thing that you've talked about before, where when you have too many options, you don't play any at all.
That's
like
a kid,
Netflix.
you don't give a fuck. I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like if I was a kid, like just because like I feel like then it's just like, hey, what is our group playing? Like
Yeah,
having
yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
The way we had a group invested in one game was we paid.
I didn't have friends. I played all solo stuff. And well, the reason I say like if you're only focused on the solo single player stuff, I would play games because like I can only get this one game, so I had time to play that game. But if now I have an option of like a whole library of games, it's like fuck.
But
I think it's a
You
different generation. Like if you were to be a kid now and everyone's like playing, hey, let's play Apex, you're gonna be like, oh, everyone's playing it. Yeah, let's go play.
It's true. We got more online stuff. Like back when I played, like online was rare. Like you didn't, you know,
Yeah.
you couldn't find online stuff. But I don't know.
I think it's double edged. Like you're right. On one hand, it can be overwhelming. On the other hand, it's freeing. Where it's like if your group wants to change games, it's not a big hassle. It's
And
like,
now-
fuck, I can't afford it.
And now no game's ever gonna get finished.
No, I
You know,
think. I
like
mean,
get played for like an hour, next game. Played 2 hours, next game.
again, it depends on
30
those-
minutes, next game.
The free game, but this is I think a topic.
No one's ever gonna play them games ever again.
I don't think
The
anyone.
kids
was
are
buying-
like playing Valorant,
Yeah.
and Call of Duty.
But it's also like the way
League of Legends.
the way social media is with like TikTok. Like everything's like in small increments. Like you don't take full amounts of stuff anymore. You just take it little.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean it varies. Like I think a lot of those games too, like how you've done your Fortnite streams. It's a play. It's just like we just want a free place where we can hang out and like shoot some shit in the meantime. So whatever gives the least resistance or is able to do that, like that's what people. For some people it's Warzone. For some it's Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
For others it's Minecraft.
Mhm.
I think World of Warcraft is like another example. The other thing I was gonna say was, while you may, let's say you're not someone to have friends maybe locally, you make friends online. You're like, I joined a guild, I did this, and like one of my friends is still the one that still plays. He used to watch the show a lot more. He still plays WoW, and most of his friends are people that he just met through guilds or like
Yeah.
LFGs.
In
He's like,
in WoW, yeah.
in WoW, and so I think friendships can develop.
It's kind of cool seeing Elden Ring. Just to talk about it and everyone playing it, getting into it, and like, yo, we like this game. It's
Yeah, my buddy, one of the guys you guys know.
like, the Dark Souls 2 guy.
No, a different guy. But he's been playing a lot of Elden Ring. He'll either help his friends in co-op or they'll come and help him. And then his sister was recently getting into it, and she was struggling with one of the earlier bosses, and he jumped into her game and helped out. And it's like, yeah, like having more games where that.
I want to know how like the convoluted method of getting to play together.
I think because he knew
Yeah,
that helped.
he's like, hold on, give me a sec. Let me. I set everything up on your
Yeah,
game real
yeah.
quick.
Cool.
You want to go to your topic?
Shit, I forgot we had one more topic. Fuck.
You're like, we're done.
Kentaro Miura, rest in peace. So Berserk ended
Writer
because
of
he
Berserk.
passed away.
Yep.
But recent news came out. His longtime friend is going to be supervising the continuation. I guess he knows some story beats. He knows how it ends. I guess Kentaro told him the ending in the very beginning when he pitched it to him. So he knows how it's going to end. So there's going to be a team of like artists that are going to help work on it. I think they're going to make an anime too.
Oh shit!
So what are your thoughts on someone else?
First of
Or
all,
just
how much is till the end?
What was the question?
So what are your thoughts on someone else finishing Berserk?
Because you have 10 volumes.
Yeah, and 11 is shipping in July.
So there's 11 volumes out now.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to finish with 15 volumes?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay. I thought someone had said it.
I think it's close though.
Yeah.
After that, but these volumes are the big volumes. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of smaller volumes.
So it might be 12 then. One more volume. Okay. I don't know. This is where it gets weird because like, do you, out of respect, just never know the ending? Like, you just let the game, the way the story is now, or would you, as like a fan, want someone to finish it that at least like there's something still written there to tell a full story that this guy had started and written, you know? And I think I like I've read and watched some of Berserk. I'm not like obviously like the biggest fan. So for me, I think it's perfectly fine for someone within that knew him to write and finish this off.
Yeah, I think it is uncomfortable when you think about it, and I'm just as a viewer looking at this and a fan of it, but I wouldn't just want it to continue for the sake of continuing. I think it matters, like what Vargas is saying, how it's continued, and if it's from a place of these were people close to him that were working alongside him, as you kind of described. They knew maybe elements of it. I think trying to stay true to that is important because it's something that they've spent so much of their life creating. I think that's the most important part, rather than just like we need an ending. Like that isn't enough to justify it to me. So that's I think my take on it. But I mean, like even when we do see this complete, it will be sort of bittersweet. It'll be like a mixed feeling for me, I think. And just seeing any creator, like if it was Stephen King's Dark Tower when he had that like kind of like moment where he's like, shit, I could die when he had the accident, or J.R. Martin when we are always talking about Game of Thrones and that, and so any long work like that, you're like, I know that kind of happened with the girl with the dragon tattoo. The original author passed away after the 3rd volume. There was supposed to be more, and there were manuscripts for those new additional ones, and they just kind of adapted the manuscripts. So I don't know. What do you think, Jay?
Since it's his friend,
Yeah.
I think and he knows the story beats, I think it's okay. It kind of saddens me because like towards the end, like it was hard for things to get published, and it started becoming like George R. R. Martin, and then you realized he was probably sick like crazy. So I mean, since it's coming from like his friend, close friend, like, and he knows the story beats, I think it's okay.
Has there ever been a story where you're like, I wonder how it would have ended? Like if it didn't get that treatment?
Game of Thrones.
I mean, sort of, yeah.
Well, specifically the show. I mean, there's still a chance for the books, but
No.
Well, no, I just mean like something that you're like, I'm trying to think of like any work of fiction where you're like,
well, I could think of one. Dune. I mean, his son or his family members are continuing it, but I'm pretty sure it deviated. I don't think he had an outline of how it.
Dune doesn't finish?
No, it's still ongoing, right? Those books.
No, it's on different aspects of the world. They're not fully. I think the Paul Atreides story is complete.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like if let's say it wasn't to be continued, how would that sit with you? Like, I think part of me would be.
As a fan of like stories, I would want things to be complete. Like even if it's having to be done by someone else, because I mean. This is from my own experience, but like I read a lot of manga, and like I use websites, and like I literally just go from the very beginning, first page, which they're showing brand new like updated ones. So sometimes it'll be like an old manga that's being updated to page like 100, 150, but it's still not done or anywhere near being done, and I have to continue waiting for these stories. And it's like I'll try to sort by like manga that's already been completed, but it's too short. Like, it's like under 100 chapters. It's like, dude, like I want something meaty that's like 1,000 pages long, but that completes, like, and I'll find ones that are like 800 pages long. I'm like, oh, sick. Like it'll take me a while. And then within that week I finish catching up.
Why don't you start reading
And it's just like, damn it, it's not even the end. Because it's not finished. Like I don't want to start things that are not finished because it's just disappointing once you get to the end. You're like, now I just gotta wait, And that's why that's a disappointment for me is like getting to somewhere and just like and it stops there and I get I gotta wait for like.
It's the reason why he doesn't read One Piece.
Pretty much.
That's what I realized.
Also,
Well, I was about
I'll
to
watch
think,
it
like-
/ read when it's done.
Okay. It's on record.
But
No, hot Marvel.
Yeah.
but-
Like my brother and cousin and I have talked about this. Like, what if something happens and it doesn't end? And
oh well.
I
Part
think
of me
the
is
journey is good enough.
yeah,
right?
like I love the journey, and that's
Yeah.
part of it where I'm like, I would be sad because it was. I would be sad more so from the perspective of the creator wanting to do this big endeavor and
Yeah.
not being able to complete it. But I think on this part of the story, it's like, well, he's just forever chasing this dream. It's
Yeah.
almost like, I mean, even American comics, like Bruce Wayne is always trying to seek vengeance, stop vengeance, always trying to stop the Joker. It's in a different way, but that is always there. It's never changing. It's just how it's being done. And like, yeah,
Did you do something crazy, retcon it? Do something crazy, retcon.
But with like One Piece, like let's say like it ends now, would you want someone to jump in
No.
and finish it?
because
No?
I feel like it would not be the same.
It wouldn't,
if
but you have closure. Like
They
you
don't
gave
want closure.
what if they
Yes or
gave
no?
plans like, I want the story to end like this?
I would rather just see what were the plans, if that ever got released. And I don't even know if they would, but I would be like, don't.
You already
try to-
know the ending. It's not. You open the empty chest. It's the memories that you made with your friends. That's the real treasure.
That's what someone adapting it would do. He's like, this is what he really wanted. I'd rather just be happy with what was out and just spend for eternity just theorizing.
if you want another long anime fairy tale,
That's what people recommended.
I
I think it was under like even like one of the things like if you like One Piece.
Yeah, there's a like an artist that I really really enjoy. She's in New York. Does amazing work. Yeah, her like number one favorite anime is Fairy Tail, and I've tried getting into it, but I'm like, damn it, dude, it's not bad, but like I know that the journey is gonna be very long, and it's like I don't know if I
You
have.
know
I've
what
done
else
One
is
Piece.
crazy? Spy X Family.
It's only one season still.
Easy. It's easy.
Well, no, okay. What about this? Right,
Mm.
One Piece, first story arc, and after that, shitty.
Like with a new author.
No, the same author, but or whatever, just shitty.
So first,
This first story arc, but then
Really
the
good.
rest of the story arcs are just downhill.
well then you wouldn't keep up with it, right?
No, I'd still probably follow. I'd like. Was right now my favorite thing. Wait, first story arc is in like.
Yeah, the
very,
one that
very
already passed.
beginning?
Yeah, the one that already
And
passed.
it just it's not good.
And so everything you've seen
I
up
wouldn't-
until
I
now, it's just like this is
when
terrible.
would you give it up?
Probably way back then.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about Prison Break. Season
Oh.
1 shit.
Wait, so season 1 is really good, and then
yeah, afterwards it's
it
like,
just went bad.
what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think because the thing with this is it's like a snowball effect. It's like it builds on the prior thing and then builds on the prior thing, and now I'm like it's like the Game of Thrones thing. It's like look at the legacy, look at this
Yeah,
journey,
exactly.
everything came, and that's what's made what's now
Yeah.
hit so well. I don't think it would have hit this well if this was the only story I got, this latest one. You would be like, well, why do I care about this journey? It's like a wrestler. Like when you see a wrestler working for years and years and years. By the way,
But
wrestling, have you heard the news lately?
Oh yeah, $1 million fucking payout.
What happened?
Vince McMahon.
He got
like,
the Ric Flair going on.
There were some things that came to light where it was found that he had paid hush money to a female employee, not a wrestler, a female employee, hush money for an affair he had with her, alongside another person that works in the company as well. They were both like in on it,
Yeah.
and it's Vince and someone else that's like really involved with a
And
lot of.
he paid more
And
money.
it's just been like brought to news, and so
Oh.
people are like, we need like this is not this is a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
It's like, does Vince McMahon get kicked out? I don't know. Some crazy shit's happening. Anyway,
But like you were saying with like Game of Thrones, it I think it really depends. Game of Thrones, like I've invested so much time. I've watched, what is it? 7 seasons, 6 seasons,
I think 7 or 8.
7 or 8, well, whatever. Like everything was good up until that last season. So if
The last 3 seasons.
no, I mean, like
The
it
last
started
bits,
getting
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
but like that last season is I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
Doo-doo.
And then so if they release like
I don't
another
know
like
what they were
season
doing.
9,
They just didn't have time.
if they
wanted
release
money.
season 9,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I have to watch it. Like I've already invested so much fucking time. Like it doesn't matter how dog
would-
shit it is.
Okay.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much I've already invested.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So with that, if it was however much time, and then we got the whatever, and then they did one more season, I'd try it. But depending on how off the rails it goes, I'd be like, I'll see it, but not the day it comes out. I'll see it maybe later the week.
So like if season 1 came out,
and then like another like as if it goes, then the season, because I did this with the Flash. The CW show.
It was good. First season.
It was
good.
really good. The
Ezra
first
Miller?
couple of no, not that.
I know.
Yeah, he's someone in the news.
I know.
The first few seasons were like, these are good. They're building, and they got better, and the production value was being put in. But then it just started like, well, you're doing the same thing again. Oh, you're doing. Why are you doing this?
Ezra Miller. Catch him if you can. I'm the gingerbread man. He's promoting for the Flash. You can't catch him.
Yeah.
shit.
And it just kept getting worse, and I'm like, I like this is not. I'd rather watch something else.
Yeah.
Now, and like when my head gets to that stage, it's on a probation period, and I'm like, at a certain point, then I stop watching, but I'll keep I'll look at Reddit posts like what's going on with the show. I don't care if it's
Keep
spoiled.
updated, yeah.
And then after a certain point, I'm like, I don't even give a shit about this show anymore, and that's where I'm at with that show. And I've seen screenshots like, dude, these one-off episodes are so good. I'm like, 12 seasons later, no.
That one hallway scene that I posted on Twitter. That was cool. That was pretty cool, dude. Yeah, help me. It gave Daredevil for a run for his money. I was like, shit, this is pretty good.
But like to give an example again to Game of Thrones, if season 1 of Game of Thrones is as good as the way it is now, I would have watched it. Then season 2 was as bad as like the last season, I would have watched that one and been like, I'm done. Like, no more commitment to this show. You know,
I mean, I've quit a show. Stranger Things.
I mean, it's not. I heard it's getting better. I don't know.
Season 4 is good. It's just every season. This is okay. I understand it's not as revolutionary as the first season, but I feel like each season, looking at the creators of the show, they've kind of tried to capture the essence of a different generation of horror. Yeah. And this latest one, parts of it are very similar to like the Nightmare on Elm Street type of horror, because it's all a lot of like, this is something you can't run from. It's in your head, like the fear, and like it exists, and like I'm like, oh, they're very much honing into that type of horror. It's not like revolutionary, and they're trying to go on this bigger scale. I'm like, okay, I'm not wowed by it, but I'm just like I'm invested, and I want to see where these characters go.
They're gonna go into the multiverse of horror.
Please don't.
No.
But like the Boys.
What year is it set right now?
Huh?
What year is it set?
Like 1980 something, right?
Mid to late 80s, I think. I'm gonna double check. But they said that they're gonna do like a time skip. For the this is the they're gonna
Part
have 2
one.
more episodes to this season, which are coming out as movies, and then that's the end of season 4, and then season 5 is happening, and it's supposed to be the final season, and they're like, we are doing a time skip for that season because these actors have aged so much that we can't not pay attention to it.
I mean, it has to be. They're getting views because they're investing so much money in it. A lot of people.
Money.
A lot of people are watching it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. It's good.
Netflix's #1 show.
Squid Games.
I don't know for sure.
Oh yeah, fucking Squid Games, dude.
This is their like one of their blockbuster ones, though. But yeah,
they canceled fucking Archive 81.
They canceled a lot of shit. Their whole animation studio.
Only one season for Archive 81. That's crazy.
It wasn't watched as much
because it sucked.
You know what?
But my favorite show of last year got renewed.
The officers, the 2 officers one.
DP.
Really?
It got renewed. Yeah.
Nice.
Damn.
Like, fuck it.
So now Double Depreciation 2.
All I'm saying is, I know you've been questioning The Boys, but
oh yeah.
It does a lot of things that I didn't think you could do on TV.
I want to watch Invincible.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I have
That's
no
the
clue.
cartoon one, the animated.
With what's his name?
Steve Young.
Steve
J.K.
Young
Simmons.
and J.K. Simmons is the dad.
Because there's like, I think it's Netflix has like a live action similar one where like the heroes get fucked up. I don't know what it's called.
Maybe. Boys is, I mean, not The Boys. Invincible's good, but
I think The Boys No. Warren Ellis's The Authority walked, so
So
the boys could run. Yeah, because that was it was pretty much like a watered down version of The Boys.
Yeah, that's true. They're doing I'll give you an example. The first 15 minutes of the first episode of this season starts out with a party that some of the members of the boys are kind of in and keeping an eye on things, and one of the Homelander team heroes, the kind of reckless heroes, is a kind of like an Ant-Man. He can shrink and grow, and he's getting coked up at this party, and he's doing a lot of sexual stuff. He's in a Barbie house, kind of fucking one of the dolls. He's yeah, and everyone's whoa, record, and it just shows him doing it, and then he grows up size, and he's okay, I'm gonna go, and he gets a guy, they make out, and then he's let's go, I want to have some fun, and it shows them getting ready to have some fun. He's I want you inside me, and he's okay, and he's get ready, and then he shrinks.
Thanos butt thing.
He shrinks, and then the guy's okay, I'm ready, and he goes inside his penis.
Oof.
And then it shows it, and then it shows him running, and just see imagine the grand a giant crevice, and he's I'm coming in, and he goes inside, and then it just shows him touching all the interior walls, and he coked up right before, and then he's Achoo! And he expands, and it just annihilates his whole crotch, just blows up, all of it visible, and then it shows them they came into the room when that happened, and then they're the fuck just, and then one of them's they get into a fight scene.
Like that.
Exactly.
She got excited.
Damn, it's fight. Okay.
And they've said something in their recent interviews. They were we
There's
know
more.
fans, and believe us, Herogasm is coming. I remember you mentioned that the other day.
Damn.
Anyway, yeah, that's a show where I'm if it had a bad season, it hasn't so far, but if it had, with the time I put in, I'd probably keep watching, but just
This is season 3.
Yeah.
It's probably good. The thing that throws me off is Preacher was so bad to me
Yeah.
that I have no faith in Seth Rogen and Evan something.
I think so.
But it might be good, and they might have done a good job. So maybe I'll watch it eventually.
I think the acting is a big part of it. The guy that does Homelander, he it's insane how good he is.
I saw a scene where he's I'm the only one in the sky.
Well, it's just how quickly he can switch from being how does it go in sport to you fucking what kid? You just lose just Two-Face.
There's a scene where I think he goes to save someone. They're trying to jump.
Yeah.
And it switches, and then at some point he's I'm the only one in the sky. And it's oh, fuck.
It's the anti-Grant Morrison Superman, All-Star Superman, where he saves the girl.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. 100%. There was another comic. I think Mark Waid wrote, Irredeemable.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I never read it, but
it was
I know
good.
what it is.
The first few volumes, it starts getting off the rails after the first few volumes, but the premise of it was really good, and it was essentially what the Homelander stuff is, where it's what if Superman wasn't good?
Yeah.
What if he was bad? And it showed the world just is in post-apocalypse, we're just trying to survive.
Strange Fruit was good. It's by Mark Waid. What if Superman was black during slavery times? That was really fun. It was
so
really
he
good.
beats the shit out of people constantly.
Yeah, read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But I feel going back to the Berserk thing. I'm gonna support it, but it has to be a certain way, I guess.
Are you all caught up?
No, I'm on volume 6. The Blood Moon happened, or the Red Moon.
Have you seen Griffith's posse? The demons?
The other, the key ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It reminds me of Hellraiser.
Yeah,
This is weird, creepy.
I saw his rebirth. I saw the origins of what happened to him. It could have, because it started with present day, then it does the whole flashback of volumes 2 through 5 were the build up, Griffith and Berserk, all their stuff, and then now it's just now gotten back to present day, and there was a mini boss of a fairy lady who's turning children into fairy creatures, and that was kind of weird.
And they're not because we think you think of fairies as a nice little thing. It's fairies are not like that.
Well, it makes you think that they are naturally pixies initially when you see them, and because pixies are like a race in this, but they're not naturally pixies. They're kind of like a hive-ish demonic creation. The part that I know exists, but I don't know how it gets there yet, is his true armor. I have not seen that come to fruition yet. I just have seen him now have his. He has his true Berserk sword and how he got that, and that's about it. And then his fucking
gun.
It's like because he loses his hand and then he like gets a utility hand, which is literally like a multi-purpose gun. It's super graphic. Like
fucking the demon orgies and just like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's about trauma, which is crazy. Like when you read more into it, it's about trauma and dealing with trauma, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, nuts.
This is like a side note, but I had a coworker, and every time I saw him, like he reminded me of Donovan. I don't know if you remember that guy. When he was a kid, the bald dude.
Yeah.
Every time I saw him, I was like, oh no. A coworker. No. Was his name Donovan? It started with a D.
Yeah, it was Donovan.
Yeah.
I was just trying to remember. There were two characters, and I didn't know which one of the two it was.
No.
Oh shit! She's ready to go.
Berserk right now.
Yeah. She's like, Griffith wasn't right. Anyway. Anything else for the top? Cool. That's it for the topics today. Thank you for Unicorn Membership for joining us in the stream. Dropping emotes. And guys, where can people find you?
You can find me at Cold Marmalade, all social media.
At The Last Bosses everywhere, except Twitter at The Lost Bosses.
You can find me at Kujira Prime. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC. We'll let you guys know ahead of time. I know we made our D&D characters, but we are looking forward to playing with those characters, and we'll do a stream with that. So we're looking forward to that, and we'll give a kind of like probably a 1 week heads up from whatever week we record.
Probably on a weekend. Right?
Yeah, it'll be on a weekend stream. So follow us on Twitch to see the stream. We're gonna like have the screen kind of the same layout, but instead of like where I have the URL for like the image you currently seeing, it'll be the game screen for what we're playing. So we'll be rolling dice, rolling deep. Yeah. And until next time, we'll
DLC.
You later.